Our top stories this morning: a search is underway for a 7-year-old Santa Monica boy who may have been kidnapped by his father on Tuesday evening. Police say the boy, King Lozada, may be in danger. They suspect his 55-year-old father, Darius Jackson, is possibly having a mental health crisis. Police say King may be on foot or riding a black electric scooter in Santa Monica. Police ask if anybody sees either of them to please call 911.
The Justice Department is accusing UCLA's medical school of illegally using race in admissions decisions. The DOJ says the school specifically discriminated against white and Asian American applicants over the past 3 years. The practice violates a 2023 Supreme Court decision banning race-conscious admissions at colleges. A UCLA medical school spokesperson says admissions are based on merit and that the school follows the law.
Traffic is moving along in both directions of the Harbor Freeway in Wilmington this morning. One lane of the northbound side remains closed while fire crews continue to clean trash and debris from a tunnel fire that started on Monday evening. The fire had briefly closed both sides of the 110 freeway on Tuesday.
A huge new surf park will open soon in the middle of the desert in the Coachella Valley. The Desert Surf Park Resort in Palm Springs, in Palms Desert, I should say, will open its more than 5-acre surf lagoon sometime this summer, but an exact date has not been announced as of yet. The lagoon will generate up to 1,000 waves an hour. It'll create high-performance, ocean-like waves of different sizes to accommodate different skill levels. The plans already call for a 140-room luxury hotel with private villas and more.
Wowie wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so big changes coming to one of Disneyland's oldest attractions and one of my favorites, the smell of exhaust fumes. You know what, Autotopia, right?
Yeah.
Kind of known for smelling like that.
For the fumes.
Yeah, so we're talking about Autotopia. Reports say that Disneyland officials have reached an agreement with state regulators to retire those iconic gas-powered engines by early 2027. The park is reportedly testing a fully electric prototype to replace the current fleet. It's a major shift for the opening day classic, which has been burning gas since 1955. It actually does feel like 1955 as soon as you step into Tomorrowland. Disneyland originally announced plans in 2024 to convert Autotopia from gas to electric by the fall of 2026. No word yet on when the ride will close for the overhaul or how long it's going to be closed.
Maybe they can pump in some scents.
I don't think pumping incense is going to fix that.
You know how when
It permeates the air.
You go to Vegas and like you smell like the coconut and whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe pump
And maybe
some
they can make it like recreate the smell of gasoline.
Right, without the without the bad stuff.
Weirdly enough, that's like one of people's top favorite smells.
Like nostalgia, like
it could be
fresh
nostalgia.
Cut glass.
Yes.
Gold glass, fresh cut glass.
Yes, something like that.
Like your outfit.
Hey, I'm surprised it's taking you this long to talk about my suit.
Fresh cut glass.
It's giving Price is Right. It's giving Showcase Showdown. I love it.
I love that suit.
I love it.
I want it.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
Come on down. How much do you trust?
You just won a new car. Anyway,
How much do you trust your gut? A new survey suggests more Americans are listening to that inner voice. Nearly 1 in 5 people say they're basically psychic. More than 70 people rely on their intuition at least some of the time from
How's
sensing
it psychic if you are talking to yourself?
We do it all the time back here.
Many say that those gut feelings turn out to be right. There is a catch. More than a third admit they're not always sure if it's intuition or just anxiety talking. Experts say the difference comes down to how it feels, calm and clear, or loud and overwhelming.
That's a good difference.
Yeah.
If it feels calm and clear, that is that is your gut.
Oops, I'm standing too far away. Yes.
And if it's loud, then it's anxiety.
It's anxiety. Yeah. We get both of that. I mean, Samana and I talk about this all the time. I think it's part of the reason why we do what we do.
Self-preservation.
Part of the reason why we became meteorologists, though. No, I think we have some psychic ability.
I think you do too.
Yeah. We tap into a little bit of that.
I'm going to go with that. Yeah.
Give me an example.
One time I said I was talking about a certain celebrity that I hadn't talked about in a long time. I had no idea. And he walked in. Like 2 hours later as one of our guests.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I had.
Which celebrity was this?
Really tall guy who has the theater in Culver City. What's his name?
Oh,
Shawshank Redemption. Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins was the one. I told him, I remember that day, I said, oh my gosh, I just had a dream about you, and here you are.
I'm sure he appreciated that.
Yeah, he did. And then I told Roxy one day, I came into work and I said, I just had the weirdest dream of you. You were pregnant, you were walking around like this, and she hadn't told anyone. It was a secret at that time, and she was indeed pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's like these little things that happen all the time.
You're a little witchy, you know?
Yeah. Watch out, Bobby.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, and it happens to Samara all the time too. I could go on and on about this, but I only have 2 more minutes. So let me talk about this. I look on my crystal ball, and then I look at the weather for us for later this afternoon. By the way, this weather is sponsored by My Home Sold, and if you are traveling to the East Coast, we do have a line of showers. Look at that. Severe weather from the Gulf Coast, from Texas, really on up into the Mid-Atlantic. Here at home, the opposite. We've got an area of high pressure. This is going to keep us nice and dry. We've got a slight offshore flow. Notice the arrows coming from that northeasterly direction. So that's going to not just keep the cloud cover away, but it's also going to warm up the atmosphere. That area of high pressure is going to stay in control of our weather through Sunday. In fact, get stronger Sunday and Monday. So we're going to look for downright hot conditions through Monday, Tuesday, really. And then it'll weaken slightly as we get into the middle and latter part of next week. And then we'll get a little more marine layer, but it will stay dry. I don't see any storms headed our way, at least for the next 7+ days. If you're headed to the beach today, 2 to 4 foot sets, Ventura County, LA County beaches, a little smaller in Orange County, San Diego, 1 to 3+. All right, here's our 7-day forecast. We're going to go from 71 to around 73 on Sunday, so not a really big difference there. But downtown LA, inland Orange County, 80 degrees today to 84 on Sunday, 86 on Monday. Some areas in the inland areas, we could be looking at 10 to 20 degrees above normal. So 86 in the valleys, i.e. today, 91, 92 perhaps on Sunday for Mother's Day. 70 in Big Bear, up to the upper 70s on Sunday. And then the high desert areas, of course, a little warmer, 89. Up to around 94 on Sunday to 97 on Monday, and then out towards the Coachella Valley, 101 in Palm Springs to 105 on Sunday. Mother's Day, triple digits continue into the better part of next week. All right, now let's do some TV shout outs ahead of Mother's Day. We've got some beautiful Mom's Day wishes here. A happy Mother's Day to Nikki Castillo. Look at you and your boys. They love you so much. What a beautiful mommy you guys have. Thank you for sending us that photo to your husband. And then a happy Mother's Day to Cecilia here. We love you, Mom, assuming your daughter sent us that photo. What a beautiful shot of the two of you. Keep those pictures coming so we can keep giving your moms a shout out. You can email me the pictures. Make sure you give us their name. TV shoutouts at Fox.com. TV shoutouts at Fox.com. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Empire.
All right, we're almost there. It's Thursday. Favorite day of the week. Maria's favorite day of the week.
It is, because we finalize our weekend plans.
Yeah.
You can see the weekend, and you can start.
It's in sight.
Yeah, you can
start to enjoy like the rest of the week. It doesn't feel as daunting, right?
Exactly. Like Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesdays are the worst. It's the farthest from the weekend. But now we can really look ahead and talk about the weekend, and we kind of solidify to the forecast. Like this, we've got satellite radar pictures showing you not much in the way of cloud cover. Really patchy, if any at all, over the mountains or some near the coast. And the sunshine, the warmer temperatures today, that's really indicative of what we're expecting this weekend. Right now it's 62 in Ontario, 61 in Santa Monica, downtown LA. Same for Santa Ana. It's 74 in Palm Springs already. And Big Bear, it's almost 50 degrees. Eventually, it'll get to the low 70s, or rather the 70s at the coast today. 80 degrees in downtown LA to that 86 in the valleys and the Inland Empire. Okay, I think I skipped over one graphic. Anyway, the offshore flow is going to be with us. That's what's going to help produce the warmer temperatures and plenty of triple digits for the Coachella Valley. I'll go over the rest of the forecast when I come back. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you, too.
All right, Maria, thank you.
Developing news right now in Santa Monica. Police are asking for your help to help find a 7-year-old boy who may have been kidnapped by his own father.
We've got Mario standing by there in a neighborhood in Santa Monica with the very latest on this search. Mario.
Good morning. We've been checking with the Santa Monica Police Department. That desperate search continues this morning for a 7-year-old who was last seen at this intersection here in the neighborhood along Arizona and Berkeley Street. That was Tuesday night, and now police are asking for the public's help. So take a good look. They've released this bulletin identifying the child as King Darius Lozada and his father, a 55-year-old Darius Clay Jackson, listed as a suspect here. Investigators say the two were last seen together Tuesday evening around 6:50, seen again near this intersection. Arizona and Berkeley, traveling northbound through a rear alley in the neighborhood. Investigators say the father may be experiencing a mental health crisis, and because of that, they believe the child may be at risk here. And we've been talking to residents here in the area who are now keeping an eye out for that 7-year-old who's been missing since Tuesday night.
It's terrible, and to say a child is missing, that's really scary. So, of course, we'll be on the lookout.
I think it's crazy, at least in this area especially. It's pretty safe overall. I don't recognize either of them. Don't look like anyone I've seen walk around the streets. I tend to walk around, and I think I'd recognize the kid if I'd seen him.
And police describe 7-year-old King as 4 feet tall, about 85 pounds, last seen wearing a dark blue sweatshirt and light blue sweatpants, and his father about 6 feet 3 inches tall, 210 pounds, and last seen wearing a black hoodie, black sweatpants, and white shoes. Officers continuing to search the area, and they're asking again for the public's help. Anyone who might spot either of them or knows where they may be, call 911 immediately. Live in Santa Monica, back to you, Bob and Jen.
Usually in these missing persons cases, you have an Amber Alert that's been issued. So why has that not happened for this case?
Well, the specific reason we don't know, but typically when these Amber Alerts are issued for abducted children, they go out statewide when they know the suspect is in a vehicle trying to flee, going through different jurisdictions and cities. And so far, this search here has been focused in Santa Monica, and in that bulletin, police also mentioned that they may be on foot or on that black electric scooter, so likely still in the area here.
Yeah, they're focusing in Santa Monica, specifically also near that area around Santa Monica College, that neighborhood there where the boy was last seen. Is there any other particular reason why? Did they live in that neighborhood?
Well, we don't know about the father, but as for the mother, she's believed to have at least been staying in this area of Santa Monica when this was all reported Tuesday night. We've been looking around, scoping out the area, largely residential. You've got a lot of single-story homes and apartment buildings where residents say they're now on high alert looking for either of those two who were seen in that bulletin.
Yeah, also going through their security footage as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mario. We appreciate it.
Hoping for a safe return. Thank you.
Federal agents say they've taken millions of dollars worth of deadly fentanyl off LA streets. It follows a massive raid at a number of locations, including in MacArthur Park.
Yeah, this is big breaking news yesterday afternoon. Rachel Aragon is live in Westlake now with more on what the feds say they found. Rachel.
Hey, Bob, Jen, good morning. A very different scene this morning compared to yesterday afternoon when there were dozens of DEA federal agents out here cracking down on what they were calling an open-air drug market. Take a look at the video from earlier afternoon from yesterday. We saw armored vehicles even pulling through the area as well, with lots of agents issuing search warrants, as well as focusing, they said, on businesses in the area. Where several agents with guns we even saw using chainsaws to cut locked storefronts. The feds told us they collected dozens of bags of evidence. So what exactly did they find? Well, here's a closer look at just that. They told us as part of their investigation, law enforcement reported finding approximately 40 pounds of fentanyl in one home alone. Over a nearly 6-week span beginning in March, investigators say they tracked 27 separate drug deals for fentanyl and methamphetamine in and around MacArthur Park. In all and in a total, more than $10 million worth of highly dangerous drugs were seized. Here are U.S. officials talking about how their work is far from over.
We'll come back as many times as we need to. This is not a one and done, but we're hoping this will send a strong message, whether it's 18th Street Gang or MS-13 who thinks they control the south part, or to the drug dealers. Those days are over. We've got over 300 agents here. We're not going anywhere, and we got bigger guns than they do.
What's up nearby? Longtime businesses are responding to that raid from yesterday. Following the joint federal-local law enforcement operation, Langer's Deli owner is calling on the mayor and mayoral candidates to commit to canceling the city's contract for an ongoing needle giveaway program operating in and around MacArthur Park. Mr. Langer himself is expected to talk more about this later on this morning. Back here live at MacArthur Park, I know there's other businesses as well who've expressed concern about public safety. I also want to mention that arrests largely focused here yesterday, but federal agents telling Fox 11 they also made arrests in Calabasas and St. Gabriel as well. Reporting live this morning, I'm Rachel Aragon. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, we'll have more on that. The owner of Langer is expected to speak at around 11 o'clock this morning in a press conference. Rachel, thank you. June 2nd is Election Day. It's fastly approaching, and early voting has already begun.
Yeah, you've gotten your mail-in ballots, right? You saw those. Even with those ballots already being cast, many voters say they're still undecided on some of the election's biggest races, which is why debates like the one held last night are so important. We have Brooke here to break down some of the biggest takeaways from yesterday evening.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, and the word is out. I mean, depends on who you talk to in terms of who won the vote, who won the debate, I should say.
Right.
But what are people saying?
Yeah, according to the LA Times, an interesting headline, it was 2 winners, 1 loser. And that was really the consensus that I saw just last night while the debate was happening, watching people respond to it online. Many people seemed to be surprised by Councilmember Nithya Raman's debate performance and almost saying it was a wash between Spencer Pratt, the reality TV star, and of course, Mayor Karen Bass, the incumbent mayor. They were tussling last night. That really is like they were squabbling. You know, I could use any word that fits there.
People were also surprised by Spencer Pratt's performance.
I think so too. You know what's interesting, going back to the council member though, you know, you think back, do you remember years ago, she ran a pretty grassroots campaign for city council. So I think people were surprised at how she seemed to stumble and struggle with some of the questions or some of the responses. But yes, he definitely came out swinging. He was prepared with his answers. It was interesting. A lot of talk about if people got a clear idea of what his exact policies would be.
Right.
I
we
saw
know what he's upset about, but
we know what he's upset about, who he doesn't like, who he doesn't think is doing a good job, but do we know how? And I'm not sure, at least the consensus from what I saw online last night, people feel like they got that.
It is an hour, you know, and so there's not a lot of time to really sometimes get into the weeds with that, you know, especially you're trying to respond to, you know, things that the other candidates are saying.
There were also a lot of yes or no questions, and I think, you know, you want to get an idea, but then you don't get to go into the why, you don't get to go into the how. It was interesting because they were really trying to move fast through this, and Spencer Pratt himself, he was kind of directing traffic a little bit, saying, oh, I think Mayor Bass gets to respond to that. It was fascinating. He was putting on a bit of a show last night.
The yes or no questions became kind of a turning point there, because they asked the panel, what about non-citizens voting? Yes or no answer.
It was yes or no. And, you know, Spencer immediately, he said no.
Right.
Mayor Bass and also Councilmember Rahman, both, they said it depends. And Mayor Bass, kind of went into it. She did do it quickly, I would say, saying that just because you are not a citizen doesn't mean you are undocumented. And she talked about green card holders and the such. And Councilmember Rahman had to be cut off with her answer. It went a little long.
Another yes or no question was about the Clean Needle giveaway program.
Right. Should that be ended? That's a big talker right now, especially. And it was interesting. Spencer Pratt says, should it be ended? He said it should be ended. Mayor Bass also said she supports it being ended. Councilmember Rahman, I think the answer we got was no, but she wanted to elaborate on that, which was interesting. I wasn't mad at wanting to hear a little bit more about why. Yeah.
And of course, when you have a firebrand, like a reality TV star on the stage, there was some name calling.
Yeah, he got reprimanded right off the top there a little bit. He called the mayor a liar, and he was kind of told like, hey, don't do that. And it was interesting because people online were upset about that, saying like, oh, what are we in 5th grade? Like, it's just a liar. But I think they were really trying to set the tone of the weeds that they didn't want to get into.
But also, let's face it, we've seen worse.
True.
We've absolutely seen worse on a presidential stage.
And he said that essentially Mayor Bass was calling me a liar about some of the things that I was saying.
He said she called me a liar, and she didn't. She said that he said something inaccurate. Her exact words were inaccurate.
Yeah, another issue that was brought up was this idea of homeless encampments near schools.
Would you support the ordinance that restricts them against schools? The mayor says yes. Spencer Pratt says yes. Councilmember Rahman said no. And that was another point that she had to get cut off. She wanted to explain. She said that the ordinance as it was written, she had some issues with it.
Yeah.
So they had some students ask some questions.
They did, from, what do they call it, the Harvard of the West? Here's the thing, okay? I probably met 5 people who went to different colleges out here, and they have all described their school as the Harvard of the West.
Right.
Okay, but we had a student from Loyola Marymount, and he asked about affordable housing. Of course, you can imagine that that's something really important as you're getting ready to leave school. You're an adult. You're on your own. You're getting a job. You want to stay in this beautiful city. And everyone had a bit of an answer about that to a certain extent. The mayor kind of pointed to what she's doing already, which was an interesting point that I was surprised others didn't push back on more, because the councilmember got a little bit of pushback, when she was asked, in different moments, right, what she's going to do, and people were pointing to the fact that she has been a city employee, a government employee for years now, right? And so the mayor pointed to what she's doing now. Councilman Rahman said she wants to cut some of the red tape. Spencer Pratt, it was an answer that he went back to often. He said he wants to clean up homelessness and that will open up affordable housing.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, look, voters want to hear from the candidates. You don't want to hear from me, right? Which is why we're hosting a mayoral forum live from our studios. It's happening next Wednesday night from 6 to 7:30. The debate's going to be moderated by Marla Tellez and our guy, Bob DeCastro. Don't forget, you can get to know some of the candidates better by watching our in-depth one-on-one sit-down interviews. Visit the Fox Local app for candidate profiles and a voter guide to ensure you're prepared when you walk into the voting booth. We also have key dates and deadlines, a lot of helpful information for you. It's overwhelming. You almost forget what is on the ballot, right? Because we're spending a lot of time talking about the candidates for mayor, the candidates for governor, but there's a lot that you need to know about, and we have a really good guide for you. So just download the app and then just, have it there to help you as you kind of go down the list.
That's right. Marla and Christine have done a great job as these candidates have come in doing the one-on-one interviews, and all of that is like right there on the Fox Local app, digestible, so you can go through it.
Our streaming, it's really great. You never know who's going to pop in.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Thank you. Let's go up to Stu now for a check on our morning commutes.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Skyfox traffic brought to us by My Home Sold. Take a look at Bel Air and the 405. What's going on that southbound ride? Well, we know it's going to be tough, but let's talk a little actual numbers. Let's throw some facts in there, kind of like the mayoral debate. Take a look at that. So right around this corner right here, these guys going about 30, but the closer you get to the Getty Center, now you're going about 40, and then all of a sudden, well, it's going to be freeway speeds by the time you pass Sunset Boulevard. So keep that one in mind as you start making your way up that Sepulveda Pass from the 405. If you're headed the other direction, take a look at that. Wide open, moving well, and it stays like that all the way to the 118. Fantastic drive northbound. Give yourself just a little extra time on that southbound. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots.
Hello, I'm Adrian Hernandez with MyHomeSold.com, and we want to buy your house cash. We save you money with no commissions, no fees, no repairs, for free, no obligation, as is cash offer. Go to MyHomeSold.com.
Hi, hello there. Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. We've got some heat coming. Are you ready? Yesterday at this hour, we were much cooler, actually. So right now we're looking at the difference in the change by 8 degrees in Big Bear City, 6 degrees warmer in Ontario, same for Riverside, 4 degrees warmer in Burbank. So the farther inland you go, the warmer you will feel, and most definitely we'll see that difference as we get into tomorrow and this upcoming weekend. High pressure is going to stay in control. It's going to build and get stronger as we get into Sunday and Monday. So that looks like will be the peak of our heat, and we could see some heat advisories issued by the National Weather Service ahead of this system by tomorrow or Saturday. Temperatures are expected to get into the 90s and plenty of triple digits for some of those inland empire areas, especially out towards the desert. So some 10, even 20 degrees above normal. Maybe you're headed to the pickleball court this morning. Now is a good time to do it. But if you're headed to Encino, it's still not going to be too bad this afternoon. Midday around 76, cooling down to around 75 after around 3 p.m. this afternoon. Lots of sunshine. Thousand Oaks as well. Lots of sunshine today. Those temperatures getting into the upper 70s later this afternoon. Out towards Ontario, similar conditions. Very warm there. Anaheim, 75 degrees at around 1 p.m. We're going to hold that through the latter part of the afternoon. Big Bear, the lake, it's going to be so comfortable, beautiful there today into tomorrow with those temperatures in the upper 60s. But out towards the Coachella Valley, it'll be be 98 by 3 p.m., reaching triple digits before it starts to cool off at 5, down to 97. All right, stay with us. We'll have more news, breaking news, weather, and traffic coming up right after this break.
With Election Day around the corner, we're continuing to hear from candidates for LA Mayor right here on Fox 11. Candidate John Logsdon joined Marla Tejas to talk about his vision for the city.
Good to have you. Thanks so much for being here, and congrats on your campaign.
Oh, thanks, Marla. It's amazing to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so I know this much about you. You are a writer, a director, and a producer.
Yeah.
So you're in the film industry.
Yep.
How does that qualify you to be Los Angeles mayor?
I honestly think it's probably the best thing. I mean, just from my point of view, as a producer, I'm always constantly wearing many hats. So I have to crew up. I have to balance budgets. I have to be creative. I have to deliver a great product. And I'm doing everything to make the whole production come together. And it's like, and there's a lot going on at all times. And so, yeah, that's why I think that qualifies me, is definitely being able to do all the different committees and running around and doing as much as you can for this city.
We're seeing some of you here. You can find this on his Instagram, by the way. You call yourself the common sense candidate.
Yeah.
What particular issue, what inspired you to run for this office?
Well, I've had a lot of life experiences. I mean, like with my day job, the director producer, I also own a company, a production company. I'm also in politics light. I'm on the neighborhood council in my area, which is Westchester, Playa del Rey. So I've been able to experience a lot in the city and see a lot of how the city is operating. I'm also a committee chair for the public safety committee on the neighborhood council, and I sit on the board of the LAPD Pacific Division. So I've seen a lot lot.
Okay.
And
and what's the one thing that you've seen that you said, okay, I can't deal with that anymore. I need to be mayor and handle it?
I think it's a lot of stuff. I think it's actually the overall view of LA.
Okay.
And I think I love this city. It's an amazing metropolis. I mean, it's just, I think, the greatest city in the world. So, but I think there's a lot of, people aren't really seeing it for what it should be. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to elevate it across the whole board.
I'd say one of the biggest issues out there that we hear from viewers here at Fox 11 is the issue of homelessness and crime. And you can say that they are intertwined.
Correct.
They overlap. We're looking at some of the homeless encampments that you will find around Los Angeles. What is your plan to end homelessness? The mayor has Inside Safe. What is her plan getting wrong?
I mean, we're trying to reduce homelessness, but it needs to go to literally go to zero. I mean, we need to really fight this issue and make sure that we are making drastic measures to take it on. It's like, it just feels like we're constantly looking at the percentages of like how many people came in off the streets and they're going back to the streets. It's like we need to figure out a way to go right to it and like go to the root of the problem and figure out mental health, like addiction, and then like how we can get people from even falling into homeless. So it's like I feel like we just need to go right to the root of it and kind of almost re-engineer how we're actually thinking about it. And there's like, I mean, it's just crazy where it is right now with everything. It feels like it needs to be just completely tackled differently.
Okay. So do you have a specific plan for that?
My plan would be first of all, I think we need to have. There's so many different levels of homelessness. I think there's getting somewhat like the mental health aspect is a big deal. Like that needs to be tackled, along with there's different people that are experiencing homelessness, and like how do you get them off the streets if they don't want to be off the streets?
Okay.
I think that's the biggest problem that we have. There's like you walk around or you drive around and you see them, and there's just people that just don't. They need to be in like a hospital bed instead of just living on the streets. I think that's where compassion and empathy as citizens of LA, that we really need to take a hard look at making sure that happens. We need to say this person actually should not be out here anymore. They don't even know their name. They're literally just walking around like a zombie, whether that's just mental health or even, drug addiction.
Don't forget to visit the Fox Local app for candidate profiles, a voter guide to ensure you're prepared when you walk into the voting booth or mail in that ballot. We'll be back. 8:30 on this Thursday. I keep forgetting it's Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, because it's
feel like
kind of
Wednesday?
it's your Friday, really. That's why.
That's right.
Yeah, you're taking a little long weekend off.
A little trippy trip.
Much deserved.
Yeah.
Probably. You've been sort of burning the candle on both ends.
You have.
Here. Yeah. So I approve. I don't generally approve, but I approve.
I guess we'll let you go.
Yeah, we'll let you go. All right. We do have a nice weekend expected. So that's good. Whatever you have planned, you are good to go. I know Jen's got some Mother's Day plans for sure.
Yeah,
you know.
we'll see. I think a little brunch.
Yeah, nice little brunch. Whether it's outside or inside, just make sure you're near somewhere nice and cool because it's going to be a hot one, especially inland. We're talking about some major heat as we get to this weekend. We're going to jump from spring to kind of more like summer, especially on Sunday and Monday. That's when we see the peak of the effects of that ridge of high pressure. No rain chances either through, I would say, the better part of next week. It looks like, according to the long-range models, it's going to stay dry through most of next week. But yesterday, 75 degrees in downtown LA did break that streak of 3 days in a row of below average high temperatures. Right now, it's 61 degrees, not too bad. So get the run in, the exercise. This is downtown LA with mostly sunny skies. Typically, the average is 74, so we're going to run well above that with that 80 we're expecting today. That sunset time coming up at 7:42 this evening. Here are the highs we're expecting today, anywhere from 82 in Burbank, 83 in Corona, 88 in San Bernardino. So you're definitely feeling a difference this afternoon from yesterday. 86 in Woodland Hills to that 75 in Long Beach. Big Bear should warm up to around 70 degrees. And Palm Springs, 101 today, and these triple digits are going to continue through the better part of this weekend. I'll show you the 70 forecast in just a couple minutes. In the meantime, let's check in on traffic. We have Samada with a look at our freeways right now. Hey, Samada.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. We do have an issue. We're going to take it out to the Granada Hills area where a vehicle-involved collision has the lane blocked eastbound side of the 118 at Porter Ranch Road. Just a heads up, they are working hard to clear it out of lanes there. And the backup, just some moderate to medium delays through that stretch. Here's a look at our real-time traffic. Go ahead and give yourself 53 minutes if you want to get from downtown to get to Santa Monica, 110 north from the 405. Just go ahead and tack on 27 minutes. Your ride. This is a live Caltrans camera look. The 91 going westbound. Not too bad at this hour. A little higher volume. Meanwhile, the eastbound stretch of the 91 at Lincoln looking a little better. Back to you, Tim.
All right, Samana, thank you. Fried food, furry friends, and tons of fun. You know what we're talking about.
Hold on to your corn dogs because it's time for the LA County Fair. We have Coco live in Pomona with more. Good morning.
Hey there, today is the big day. It is the start of the LA County Fair. So much to experience here, of course, with the rides and the food, but also the amazing animals. So I am here with Mike now, who is the chairman of the board for the LA County Fair Association. And Mike, tell us all about what the fair has to offer, especially the agricultural aspect.
Well, this is our 104th anniversary, and our theme this year is Play Your Way. And our roots, of course, are in agriculture. When the fair was founded in 1922, this is what we were all about. And this element of what we do here at Fairplex is very important because, as you know, kids, when you ask them, where does your milk come from or where do oranges come from, they'll say the grocery store. So this is part of educating children about agriculture and also about raising awareness among adults about the issues that agriculture faces here in California and the West in general. But the fair is also about great food, over 1,200 menu items that are available here. You could eat a different meal every day for 30 days and not eat the same thing twice. It's also about great rides. We have some wonderful rides and some new ones. One called Air Raid, another called Soundstorm. These are spinning gondolas. And of course, there's music. For our country music fans, we've got Brad Paisley coming out to perform. So there's lots of things to see and do. And if you go to lacountyfair.com, you can buy your ticket. You can get a discounted ticket oftentimes. And if you bring 5 cans of food on any Thursday after the 14th or the 14th and beyond, you can get in for free if you come before 4 o'clock. So there's lots of affordable ways to come and enjoy the fair as well. It's a great way to have fun your way And we look forward to welcoming lots of folks from our community this year at the LA County Fair.
Exactly. Lots and lots of people. I got to introduce you to Zach Batista and Kaylee here from Batista Family Farms. And this is so cool. Tell us about the different types of milk you have here.
Well, today I've got the strawberry milk and chocolate. And the regular milk. All the milk is cream top milk, meaning it's not homogenized. It's pasteurized, but not homogenized. So the cream rises to the top. So kind of old school, kind of throwback type milk, but very fresh. All this milk here was in the cows last night.
Yeah.
And so here it is this morning.
Oh my gosh, so super fresh.
Very fresh.
And tell us about what we're seeing here.
What you're seeing here, and this is a nice layout, really. So you've got the two basic breeds and a cross of the two basic breeds. That's a Holstein. That's the #1, milk cow in the United States and probably North America. And then the Jersey, which comes in a close second. Okay. And I'll give you a little difference. As you can see, the Jersey is a little smaller. The Holstein's taller. We call the Holsteins the models of the dairy industry, and these are just ordinary people, okay, like this. This here is a cross, so it's a breed of Holstein and Jersey together. And the reason they do that is because the Holsteins provide more milk, generally, more milk, but the Holstein does. The Jersey, more butter fat. And so these are things that, our Western diet wants, right?
Right.
We love our yogurts. We love our ice creams. Sour cream, all of that. We need the cream. So those cows are high in butter fat. A cross gives you a little bit of both. More milk and higher butter fat.
Amazing.
So that's it. And so you'll see that, man. If you go, if you just list the dairies, and especially all over the United States, and it's mostly crosses or Holsteins. And you've got others. There's other breeds too, wonderful breeds, but those are the mainstays.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much, Zach, for speaking with us and taking us through this. I think that's so cool that the LA County Fair offers this for people as well, so you can really learn more about agriculture, especially like Mike was talking about with kids, so that they know where our milk comes from. So this will definitely be a popular zone for the LA County Fair. Starting today, it's going to be running Thursdays through Sundays, 11 to 11, and it ends May 31st. So you've got some time to come out here and enjoy it. I'll send it back to you.
Which cow produces the chocolate milk, Coco?
Oh my gosh. So Carlos already asked that question. Okay.
This
one. One of the anchors,
Hold Mike, not me. Coco specified that was not me.
Ask this to a real dairy farmer. Okay, which cow produces the chocolate milk?
Well, I'm going to lie about it, but anyway, it would be the dark cow, right? But that's not really what happens. I have to create it, so there you go. Yeah.
There you go. See, look, and it creates
what about the strawberry?
There you go, Bob. Stop. I am done. Stop. Okay, maybe it's Roxy. The
Coco, thank you for being a good sport.
Harry Potter fans, you don't need to head to London to catch the train to Hogwarts. You will just need to head to the Inland Empire.
A Hogwarts Express adventure.
The Southern California Railway Museum in Paris is officially launching a Hogwarts Express adventure this July. It's described as a 2-hour immersive experience on a real moving train, complete with live illusions and a run-in with a dark and mysterious force. The magic runs from July 24th through September 27th. Tickets are now on sale and start at over $82 for adults, $72 for kids. You can check out details at SoCalRailway.org.
I'm glad there's a Harry Potter ride alternative, because the one at Universal makes me sick each and every time.
Oh, God, it's such a good ride.
I know, it's so good. It's the simulation, it's so good. So Amanda's off today. We've got you covered with all your entertainment headlines, sponsored by Yamaba Resort and Casino. So speaking of Harry Potter, a new show on HBO has already been renewed for a second season, and the first season hasn't even come out yet. HBO officially renewed the upcoming Harry Potter TV series for a second season. The first season won't even premiere until December, but shooting on the next season begins this fall. They're banking on big bucks and big viewership. The second season will adapt the second Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
As one show is ready to begin, another is about to end.
Clock is telling you how much money we have left. When that shows zero, this restaurant needs to cease operations.
The kitchen is closing on the FX series The Bear. The network confirmed this is the final season of the Emmy-winning show. It also confirmed when season 5 will premiere June the 25th. And just like with past seasons, all 8 episodes will drop at once. Hulu also released a special prequel episode titled Gary ahead of the new series release, which is out right now. Interesting.
I like that.
They're going to do a whole series.
Is that with John Bernthal?
Him. I guess, yeah. Right next to him? Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he played the brother who's no longer with us.
I only watched like one season.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Okay.
I watched the first 2 seasons. So last hour we asked you, what is your biggest flying pet peeve? And most of you say, standing after landing. I'm right there with you. Why do it? Everyone's going to get off the plane at the same time.
Interesting. Okay, here's some of your comments this morning. Hello, Leah in Murrieta. She says, people asking to switch seats when they are assigned and you specifically paid for the seat that you are in is a major pet peeve.
Yeah, like if you have the window seat and the family's asking to switch and it becomes a whole thing and you're like,
it becomes uncomfortable.
Yeah. Samantha in North Hollywood said, people immediately standing after landing or arriving at the gate, even when the seatbelt sign is still on. See, now you're wading into dangerous territory.
Once they turn off the light, then, you know.
Then what? It's anybody's game? Rochelle from Sacramento. Unruly kids. Haven't we all been kicked in the back by a kid in the seat behind us?
Happened to me at a restaurant last night.
Oh, really?
Kid ends up like almost like in my lap. It's like, what's going on here?
Were they just roaming around the restaurant?
They were just jumping on the seats, and the parents were talking and stuff like that.
That's the parents. That's the parents.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I was like...
Listen, as a parent, you know that you're going to be annoyed when you bring your kid to dinner or brunch. You just know automatically. It's not going to be fun for you.
Yeah. Wow.
It's mainly about corralling.
They were having a good old time, the parents.
Well, that's good. So have you noticed that some social media influencers have millions of followers but only thousands of likes? So why the disconnect? Well, it's simple. Fake bots. But now... maybe you noticed your Instagram following ticking down. I sure have. Instagram wiping millions of followers from tons of accounts, leaving users shocked and surprised. These bot removals are now being dubbed the Great Purge of 2026, according to a report on Threads. The sudden overnight drop is part of Instagram's effort to permanently get rid of accounts flagged for spam, inactivity, or non-organic following behaviors, a.k.a. automated bots. Overall, small to mid-sized creators saw a 2 to 5% drop in their total follower count. I dropped like 300 followers overnight. A-listers, though, like Kylie,
I kind of did notice that.
I went from 138 to 137. And I'm like, hey, what happened? A-listers, though, like Kylie Jenner, are some of the biggest losers here. So she reportedly lost over 14 million followers. Meanwhile, K-pop group Blackpink lost 10 million bot accounts.
It's funny how you notice how many followers you have, and you notice when there's a change.
Yeah.
Right?
You do. Well, especially if the number changes, right?
Yeah. I think I only lost like 100.
Did you?
Yeah.
Must not have that many bot accounts. I got a lot.
Mine are
They're
real.
all real. They're real and they're spectacular.
That's
Coming
right.
up, on this National Day of Prayer, she started preaching in a park during the pandemic, and now we're introducing you to the 35-year-old pastor who says a global revival is already happening.
Our conversation with Apostle Katherine Crick is coming up right after the break. First, let's get to Samada.
And Good LA Traffic is sponsored by the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie. And call jacob.com. We do have this brand new issue. If you have a commute plan along the westbound side of the 91, right there at the 71, 2 vehicles collided, taking away the fast lane, and you are going nowhere fast. The backup through the Corona Crawl, backing all the way up to the 15. Give yourself extra time there as tow trucks are en route to help clear that. We've got to look at your real-time traffic. About 55 minutes to get from downtown to Santa Monica, northbound 110 from the 405, just a little bit over half an hour. And your drive visiting OC, hey, the northbound side moving pretty good, but southbound side, oh, look at Angel Stadium, a little bit higher volume. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
So I do hot yoga every day. After the accident, my lower back was so stiff I couldn't move, and I called Jacob. They treated me like a king. I did not have to deal with anything. If you're in an accident, call Jacob. Call Jacob.
And this weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. Beautiful shot to show you here. This is our camera up on our roof looking out towards Century City. A little hazy, but it's definitely sunny and it will be warming up today. You will notice the warmer temperatures certainly from where we were yesterday. This area of high pressure is really going to take control of our weather. It's going to keep the storm track away, and it will actually strengthen and produce the very warm temperatures as we get into this upcoming holiday weekend. It's Mother's Day on Sunday, and we're going to look for those 70s, sure, if you're right there on the sand, but plenty of those 80s and 90s and triple digits. No rain through the extended outlook well into next week. If you're headed to the beach today, temperatures on the sand getting into the low 70s, 2 to 4 feet. Ventura County, LA beaches, we kind of have a mix of west swells, 1 to 3 feet. Orange County and in San Diego, occasionally a little bit bigger. But here's our 7-day. 71 at the coast to 73 on Sunday. Mother's Day, 74 on Monday. Lots of sunshine. Downtown LA, Inland Orange County, 80 to 84 on Sunday, possibly 86 on Monday. The valleys, Inland Empire, of course, warmer, 86. Still not too bad, though. We'll get to those low 90s as we get to the upcoming holiday weekend. We could be looking at some heat advisories, especially out towards the Inland Empire and the deserts. But Big Bear, 70, beautiful today. Upper 70s on Sunday. The high desert, nearly 90. We'll definitely get into the 90s as we look ahead to this weekend. And out towards the Coachella Valley, triple digits from here on out. 101 today to 105 on Sunday. And triple digits, as I mentioned, through at least the better part of next week. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. On this National Day of Prayer, one LA pastor says more young people are turning to faith in search of purpose and connection.
She calls it a modern revival with thousands of people gathering to hear her message of faith and purpose.
Revival is now. This statement is not just a nice statement to say, but rather it is truly a word from God. And He has brought revival now.
Look at that crowd. Yeah. Apostle Katherine Crick's message is reaching people in over 165 countries around the world. And she joins us this morning ahead of the release of her new book, Ignite Revival. Thank you for being here.
It's an honor and joy. Thanks for having me.
Honestly, it goes to show you, based on the size of that crowd, that the interest, especially among young people, is huge. Why do you think that is?
Yes. Well, God is moving in power like we have never seen since in the times of the Bible when Jesus was casting out demons, healing the sick. He's moving in power like that now. I've seen so many people be delivered of anxiety, addiction, depression, insomnia, all sorts of mental torment and many sicknesses. So like for us, we saw God move in power in a park during COVID times. We were a small group of people and a woman was set free. She was set free from anxiety. You could see the power of God touch her. She fell back with the power of God. That video went viral and people started flocking in so hungry because people are looking for answers. People are suffering. What people want more than anything is to just have peace, have joy, and have purpose, and that's what they're finding.
Part of it is that in this world now, you know, a lot of people are living in like isolation and loneliness that leads to the anxiety, the depression, and then other issues and diseases and sickness as you talk about. But in this way, you're bringing people together and they kind of find fellowship in this way, and that in and of itself has got to be healing.
Oh, yeah. Especially with people who are so on fire, so full of life, so full of joy. They found purpose. They found Jesus. They found God. They found love. And so to be around people who are having this heart, being selfless, caring about others, receiving God's love, there's nothing like that. It's heaven on earth. And especially so many different cultures. At our church, we have people who fly in from all sorts of nations, from 5 to 10 nations or so every single Sunday.
Every Sunday?
Yeah, in downtown LA.
And so did you, I mean, you were 26 years old when you founded this church. Talk about your personal journey for a minute.
Yeah. So I actually was pursuing being a Christian singer-songwriter. I put out singles, I put out music videos. I thought I finally found my purpose after searching for many years. But then I went to a conference in LA, and a minister was ministering. He's a prophet from actually Tanzania, East Africa. His name's Prophet Joe Davy. And I never saw God move in power like I saw through him. He ended up prophesying to me that my calling was actually to be an apostle, a minister, and that I was called to reach the nations. I didn't want that. Public speaking was my biggest fear and weakness.
Interesting.
And singing was my passion. I thought this was my big dream. I finally discovered. And things were going well, and I was getting so much support from friends and family. But I wanted God's will more than mine. There's a story in the Bible of Moses. He stuttered and God called him to be a mouthpiece of him and to lead millions. And he says, I stutter. I think you have the wrong guy, basically. How can I do this? And God says, I made your mouth. I will give you the words to speak. So when I received that prophecy, when I heard that prophecy, God reminded me of that in that moment. And I knew I just had to trust God and obey, and he would take care of the rest. And he did that. And not only that, he gave me a passion and heart to do what I'm doing now, which I couldn't fathom because public speaking was my biggest
and now
weakness.
It's hard to believe that public speaking was an issue for you. Yeah.
It's God.
It's God.
It's miraculous.
So thanks to social media, the internet, your message has been spread across the world. You were seeing right there that you even went to the Philippines and you packed the church there. So it's taken you to the far reaches of the globe.
Yeah, I've been to 21 nations now where we've had these massive events with people so hungry because we really see God move in power and deliver people instantly. Instantly, no struggle, instantly. People have had decades of anxiety, depression, addictions, insomnia, all sorts of torment, any kind of torment you can imagine. Any kind of oppression and sickness, I've seen God heal people and deliver people quickly, where it's completely gone. No more anxiety, no more depression after they encounter God's power as he moves in these events and F5F Church in Los Angeles.
So you have this new book called Ignite Revival. When you say revival, what do you mean?
Well, it means a coming to life and a restoration of things that have been dead and lost. First of all, in the church. Many people, they go to church and they experience judgment, or they see Christians speaking in judgment. That is not God. There are a lot of people that are misrepresenting God today, and it's pushed them away from the church, away from God. First of all, God is restoring purity. This heart of God, compassion, mercy, grace, and his love. He's restoring that heart in the church. And so that those who don't know God, they may get to see the light of God, who God really is. He's full of compassion, grace, mercy. He loves his people so much, and he loves them so much he wants to deliver them and heal them from any kind of oppression and sickness, no matter your past.
I feel like I'm going to church right now.
I know.
Hallelujah! Flooding through you.
Right, you have the big conference in LA next month.
Yes.
So we want to tell people about that. And where can people find you if they want to hear more from you?
Yes, it's called Ignite Conference, and we have people coming from all over the world. Last year, we had people from 52 nations and 40 states. This is May 22nd and 23rd at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Los Angeles. Come. If you need any kind of miracle, come. You can go to 5fchurch.org for more details, or apostlecatherinecrick.com.
And then also
well.
check out your book, Ignite.
And that comes out May 12th.
There you go.
It comes soon. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming
Thank you. Let's go over to Roxy and Sandra. Oh, we're going to break. Never mind. Get her book. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you
for coming on. God.
My joy.
Yeah. That was great.
And happy Thursday to everyone. It is 9 a.m. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
I'm Sandra Endo. Thanks for joining us. Let's send things over to Maria.
All right, you two mommies, we've got an important day coming up this weekend. Yes, that's right. It is time for Mother's Day plans. It's Thursday, so hopefully you have solidified your plans for the mom in your life. We've got some clear skies right now, mostly sunny skies, and that is going to be the pattern as we get into the upcoming weekend. So you do have to plan for the warm temperatures and the sunshine, whatever you have planned outside. Make sure that you get a chance to get into some air conditioning because it is going to be quite warm. Right now, it's not too bad. It's already, though, 71 in Woodland Hills, 60s elsewhere, 66 in Corona, Riverside, 58 in Big Bear, to that 80 degrees in Palm Springs. And it's going to be inland where it's going to get pretty hot. In fact, the low desert today, triple digits, 101, 89 in the high desert, 70 eventually in Big Bear. Downtown LA, we're expecting 80 degrees today, 86 for the valleys and the Inland Empire. A little more comfortable at the coast with that 71 degrees. I'll show you the warmer temperatures we're expecting for the weekend coming up just a few moments. Back to you.
Maria, thank you so much. We have some developing news this morning. Police say a missing 7-year-old Santa Monica boy may be in danger.
That's right. Police suspect the boy was taken by his father, who may be suffering from a mental health crisis. So let's go straight out to Mario Ramirez, who has all the details. Mario.
Yeah, he was last seen here at this Santa Monica intersection Tuesday night, and here we are Thursday morning, and police are desperately asking for the public's help in locating him. Neighbors this morning also waking up on high alert, keeping an eye out. So take a look at this bulletin here that was released by the Santa Monica Police Department, asking for the public's help in finding a missing 7-year-old boy who they say may be at risk. This is King Darius Lozada and his father, 55-year-old Darius Clay Jackson. King last seen around 6:50 Tuesday night near Arizona Avenue and Berkeley Street here in Santa Monica. Police say he was traveling northbound through an alley in this area and may have been on foot or riding a black electric scooter with his father. Investigators say King may be at risk because his father may be experiencing what police describe as a mental health crisis, concerning for nearby residents who we've been talking to now on high alert.
Terrible, and to say a child is missing, that's really scary. So of course, we'll be on the lookout.
I think it's crazy, at least in this area especially. You know, it's pretty safe overall. I don't recognize either of them. Don't look like anyone I've seen walk around the streets. I tend to walk around, and I think I'd recognize the kid if I'd seen him.
And the police department's advisory describing King as just 7 years old, 4 feet tall, about 85 pounds, last seen wearing a dark blue sweatshirt and light blue sweatpants, and his father, 6'3", 210 pounds, wearing a black hooded sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and white shoes. So again, police asking for the public's help. Anyone who has information or spots either of them being urged to contact the police department. Call 911 immediately. For now, live in Santa Monica, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you, Sandra.
Mario, you did mention that police mentioned the reported mental health struggles the father may have. Do we know anything else about him?
Well, we've been reaching out asking for any mental health issues that have appeared in the past or any criminal record. Those details not being released right now, but as we just mentioned, he has appeared to have suffered some sort of mental health crisis, and that is why they believe this 7-year-old may be in danger. And oftentimes this can be challenging for police because if they're going through some sort of mental crisis, they are oftentimes not thinking clearly, moving unpredictably, and that can be especially concerning with a young child involved here.
That's right. And what are police asking people, Mario, to do if they see the boy or his father?
Well, they've been very clear here. Don't approach them. If you see King or his father, you should call 911 immediately, describe what they're wearing, where the location is, where they might be headed, and whether or not they're on foot or on an electric black scooter that was reported by police in that bulletin.
All right. Good information there. Thank you so much, Mario. Now, nearly 20 people are behind bars this morning after federal agents launched a massive drug raid in several locations, including MacArthur Park.
Now, this was huge. Rachel Aragon live in Westlake with more on what the feds say they found. Rachel.
Hey, good morning. A very different and quieter scene than yesterday afternoon when there were dozens of law enforcement officers out here and around MacArthur Park cracking down on not just gang activity, but especially drug activity. Take a look at the video from yesterday afternoon. You're seeing armored vehicles and dozens of those federal officers swarming this area of Los Angeles. Federal officers also say the focus yesterday was on businesses in the area. We're told several agents with guns, and we also saw them as well, using chainsaws even at one point to cut through storefronts that were locked and served warrants. The feds collecting, they said, dozens of bags of evidence. As to what exactly they found in this area, take a look. They said part of their investigation, they found and reported approximately 40 pounds of fentanyl in one home alone. They also say over a nearly 6-week span beginning in March, investigators tracked 27 separate drug deals for fentanyl and methamphetamine in and around MacArthur Park. All totaling count more than $10 million worth of highly dangerous drugs, they say, that they seized. Well, DEA agents also describing just how lethal these drugs can be.
MacArthur Park belongs to the people of Los Angeles again. We took 19 kilos of fentanyl out of a house associated to supplying narcotics here to MacArthur Park. That is enough poison to kill 190,000 Americans that reside here. Profit of over $10 million when sold. This is not a small organization. This is a major operation that's been going on here for too long, and it ends today.
Well, federal officials announcing the arrest of 18 people who were targeted in this multi-agency drug investigation. But by the way, U.S. officials describing 2 of the suspects as some of the main suppliers to MacArthur Park. Well, the focus, though, has largely been on MacArthur Park. Yesterday, authorities say the operation also expanded to other areas as well, including San Gabriel and Calabasas. Now, back here live in MacArthur Park, we also know businesses over the last year or so have expressed frustration over safety in and around this area. We're expected to hear more about that later on this morning. And again, feds yesterday stressing while the raid yesterday is done, we can expect more arrests in the coming months. We're live this morning. I'm Rachel Aragon. I'll send it back to you.
Certainly some big news. So many people avoid that area because they feel unsafe. So this may, as time goes on, change things in that area.
Absolutely. And I know we're supposed to hear from Langer's Deli, the owner himself, later on this morning, expressing frustration about just that. So, of course, we'll wait to see what he has to say.
Rachel, thank you so much. Update here, all but one lane of the northbound 110 freeway in Wilmington is open this morning. LA City fire officials say one northbound lane remains closed while crews continue to clean trash and debris from the tunnel fire that started Monday evening. The fire had briefly closed both sides of the Harbor Freeway Tuesday. The northbound lanes remained closed until firefighters eventually declared the fire was out yesterday afternoon. Caltrans highway engineer then inspected the tunnel and deemed it safe to reopen the northbound lanes. The fire was believed to have been started by people living in a homeless encampment.
Making headlines this morning, Iran is now considering a U.S. plan to end the war. President Trump is optimistic, saying there have been very good talks, but he's also saying there's no deadline for a deal. Just yesterday, the U.S. fired on an Iranian oil tanker in the Strait of Hormuz, despite an official ceasefire. Axios reporting that a working peace deal involves Iran suspending its nuclear enrichment and committing to never seeking a nuclear weapon. The U.S. would then lift sanctions and release billions of dollars in frozen Iranian funds. Iran says it's reviewing the latest U.S. proposal and could have a response today. The president says bombing will resume if Iran does not agree to his terms to end the war.
They want to make a deal. We've had very good talks over the last 24 hours, and it's very possible that we'll make a deal.
Trust but verify, and that verification part is going to be the failure or the success of these new proposals if they're accepted.
In the meantime, President Trump has put a hold on the U.S. operation to rescue stranded ships near the Strait of Hormuz. With damaged oil infrastructure in the Gulf, analysts say we could be looking at elevated prices for months, if not years, to come.
Right now, the cruise ship at the center of the hantavirus outbreak is making its way toward the Canary Islands. The Spanish government expects the ship to arrive on Saturday after 3 people on board died from hantavirus. Officials are now saying more than 24 passengers left a cruise ship after the first passenger died. The World Health Organization said there are no passengers on board currently showing symptoms of the virus. The ship expected to dock near an airport. Then the nearly 150 people on board will be sent back to their countries of origin. Officials are now trying to track where the infected passengers were before boarding the cruise ship. Health officials say the wider risk to the public remains low.
A suicide note allegedly written by Jeffrey Epstein has been unsealed by a federal judge. The undated, unsigned document was found by his former cellmate and added to the court docket. Part of the note reads, quote, "They investigated me for months, found nothing, no fun, not worth it." The New York Times requested its release, leading to the order here. Whether the note is authentic, though, does remain unverified, adding more questions to Epstein's controversial case.
With Spirit Airlines shut down, a group of other budget carriers asking for $2.5 billion in government assistance. The Association of Value Airlines says the carriers like Frontier and Allegiant have been impacted by the rising fuel costs due to the war in Iran. They add a relief package as, quote, "a necessary and targeted measure to stabilize operations and to keep airfares affordable." In the meantime, travel experts are warning airline passengers to keep an eye out for prices from stable airlines like United and American. Because Spirit is gone, less competition means less incentive to keep prices lower. So we'll likely be feeling the impacts of Spirit's departure.
It's official. President Trump's new 25% tariff on European car imports is set to take effect this week. That's despite the Supreme Court ruling most tariffs illegal earlier this year. Trump claims the countries aren't complying with current trade agreements, but hasn't specified how. He's also taking aim at Germany after its chancellor said the U.S. has been humiliated by failed peace talks with Iran.
In the meantime, Congress is considering a total ban on the import and sale of Chinese vehicles over concerns that their technology could be used for espionage. While reviews from Edmunds suggest these models are highly competitive and affordable, thanks to heavy Chinese government subsidies, GOP lawmakers are also pushing to block Chinese automakers from building U.S. plants. The move comes just days before the president travels to Beijing to meet with China's president.
All right, today we have a good deal for you, and it's in the form of relief for drivers. Circle K is hosting National Fuel Day. So for today only, you can get up to 40 cents off per gallon, rather. The deal runs from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., but if you're an AM Inner Circle loyalty member, you can access the discount earlier from now until 3 p.m. And in honor of the upcoming Memorial Day holiday, 10% of the profits from 4 to 7 will be donated to Children of Fallen Patriots Foundations.
All right, 9/11 still to come. Renowned director James Cameron gets sued over a character design choice in Avatar.
Details from the court filing after the break, but first a check on traffic.
And Good Day LA Traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. We do have a couple of problems here on the 91. The westbound 91, we've got two accidents. The first one is at the 71, and then that next one, not too far behind it, is right after Auto Center Drive. So you can imagine the backup that both of these accidents are causing all the way to the 15. Here's a live traffic camera just to show you out in Orange County, West 22 at Harbor, both sides of the 22. Oh, it looks good. Moving very nicely. Drive times in and out of downtown LA. Not too bad at this hour. Westbound 10 between the 5 to the 4-5 headed to Santa Monica, 39 minutes. On the north 110 between the 4-5 to the 10, 31 minutes. And it's a little extra slow on the west 60 between the 57 to the 5, 43 minutes there. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Amanda has the day off, but we have you covered with your entertainment headlines, sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. James Cameron and Disney are facing a lawsuit over unauthorized use of an actress's likeness in Avatar. This is Koryanka Kilcher in the show Yellowstone, featured right there. Her lawsuit alleging that when she was 14 and played Pocahontas in the film The New World, Cameron extracted her facial features from a published photograph, and she says it was used basically as the foundation for Zoe Saldana's character in Avatar. The actress says that she learned the truth late last year watching an interview with Cameron. He name-checked her, saying that she was the source, that is, of the character, even pointing to the sketch and saying that this is actually her lower face. That's a quote from him. So here right now is a side-by-side picture of her from that movie and then the Avatar character. She says the image taken from her face went on to appear in the films, posters, and merchandise without her knowledge or consent. No comment from Cameron or from Disney.
All right, if you can't afford to go see a concert, you may soon be able to catch it live in theaters for a lower price. AMC Theaters is launching Arena One, which will offer a live concert experience on the big screen. Sounds from the performances will be heard through interactive technology that's designed to make you feel like you're actually at the show. Ticket prices will range from $40 to $75 before fees, depending on the artist and the market. Arena One will kick off with a performance from Bibi Rexha on June 17th, which will be available in over 300 AMC locations.
On today's episode of the Jennifer Hudson Show, you will see a familiar Fox 11 face, actually a face who's not here today. Yeah. Amanda Salas will be a special guest along with her mom, Mama Salas, and Grandma, aka Mima, for their special Mother's Day episode. Amanda will share how they helped her heal during her cancer journey, thanks to the Jennifer Hudson Show for celebrating survivors and, of course, their caretakers. So make sure you tune in today at 1 p.m. right here on Fox 11 to check that out.
Can't wait for that. So great. All right, last hour we asked you, what's your biggest flying pet peeve? So here are the results. So far, 43% say standing after landing.
We all do it.
Okay, well, you mean like standing on the plane?
No. Like as soon as the plane touches down, everyone just is so eager to just stand there, even though the door hasn't opened.
So you're standing
and
up
you're like
on
hovering,
the plane.
and you know the drill.
Smelly food on the plane, that's a good one too. Okay, so let's see your comments. Harold from San Bernardino says, reclining seats is my biggest pet peeve. You can find sitting in the upright position during your flight can be quite pleasant.
Okay. Tessa from Victorville. I can't stand when everyone stands up and the plane has just landed and the outer door is still sealed shut. Exactly what I was saying. Yep, you're onto it, Tessa. So, yeah, she says exactly. Where are you going? I know. People just can't help it.
I know. And David from San Jose says, just park it until it's your row's time to leave. So same grievance there, right?
Can I just add people who walk around with their socks on and go to the lavatory with their socks?
Or bare feet.
Oh.
Or flip-flops on the flight.
No, that's okay. That's a shoe. That's
yeah,
a shoe.
but...
What do you mean? If you're going to Hawaii, you can't wear flip-flops?
It's a safety thing.
What? You're sitting there.
I know, but what if something falls on your foot? That hurts. Anyway, I was always told to wear closed toe.
On a plane?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, coming up, the Ducks make a great comeback. I love this in last night's Stanley Cup playoff game against the Knights. We'll have the highlights.
What if something...
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Good Day LA weather is sponsored by Pachanga Resort Casino. And this beautiful view. Look at that. I love it. This is Hermosa Beach. I like to say it funny. Hermosa, you know, it's a beautiful part of Southern California. And it is going to be a warmer day today, even at the beach. Although we have a little bit of that sea breeze that's going to keep you nice and comfy at the coast. But it is 5 degrees warmer right now than it was 24 hours ago in Burbank. So we were measuring the temperature, of course, yesterday. So the big difference from today, 10 degrees warmer in Riverside right now than yesterday, 9 degrees in San Bernardino, +8 in Big Bear. And that's all because of the abundant sunshine. This area of high pressure is in control of our weather. It's going to keep us under the influence of this ridge of high pressure and the stable sinking air coming out of the northeast. That's going to help keep the cloud cover away and also warm up the atmosphere. Some 10, even 20 degrees above normal. So we could actually be seeing some heat advisories go into effect as we get into the weekend. Today, still not so bad. 72 in Inglewood, 93 in Las Vegas if you're headed there. Here's your day planner for Thousand Oaks and Ventura County. We're getting to the upper 70s with plenty of sunshine later this afternoon. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. The Anaheim Ducks have tied their series against the Vegas Golden Knights. In Vegas last night, Anaheim was looking for their second road win of the postseason. It was scoreless in the second until they found the goal. Ducks take a 1-0 advantage. Anaheim kept the pressure on in the third. Troy Terry grabbed the loose puck. He feeds Leo Carlson. The Ducks go on to win 3-1. The series is now tied at 1 game apiece, and Game 3 is tomorrow in Anaheim.
You know, we hung in there. You know, nice play. I mean, we had some great opportunities to score first, and it was kind of comparable to the last game. And finding a way to score first was important. And obviously, a great goal on our second goal by Leo in that line.
They're staying alive. This is so great. Can't wait for the Ducks.
Yeah, they're doing
Another
great.
win. Yeah, finding the back of the net there. So awesome. So exciting.
The back of the what?
Back of the net, you know.
Oh, I thought you said something else. I was like, what's this term I'm unfamiliar with? Back of the net, yeah. That one I know.
Awesome.
All right, good job, good job. All right, coming up, it is opening day. LA County Fair. Coco already there.
Good morning. That's right. The LA County Fair has so much to offer. Rides, food, animals, and extreme dogs. We'll introduce you to these dogs coming up.
welcome to Thursday. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hopefully you're
the new voice
starting to feel a little better.
My voice will be back Monday.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping for.
All right.
Took a little trip.
Will the weather help or hurt?
I think it would help.
Okay,
vitamin
good.
D does
I'm probably going to be
everybody-
inside anyway.
Oh, well, try to get outside. Vitamin D does help, actually. That does give you a little more energy, gives you a little color and glow, and it just makes you feel... for me, it does, definitely. So move your body, get outside. Now, you have to stay cool, though, because as we get into the Mother's Day weekend, it is going to get even hotter. That's right. We're going to spring from spring to summer. That's what we're going to talk about here. As we get into Sunday, Monday particularly, will be the peak of the... What's that?
Let me see.
Oh, okay. I can hear you guys. We've got some temperatures in the 80s, 90s, even triple digits. How about some pickleball? I know Brooke likes to get out there and do some tennis and pickleball. 76 degrees by midday today. This is out towards Encino. 75 this afternoon, so still not too warm just yet. But as we get into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week, it's going to get pretty warm. Yesterday, we did break that streak of 3 days in a row of below average highs, but that 75 felt good, right? Today, it's going to be a little bit hotter. Right now, it's 63 in downtown LA, but this afternoon, we are expecting it to warm up to 80 degrees. So it's about 5 degrees warmer than yesterday and certainly above the average of 74. Sunset time at 7:42 this evening. These are the highs we're expecting today, anywhere from 86 in Woodland Hills, so it's starting to warm up really in the valley, 87 in Santa Clarita, 84 in Ontario, 88 in San Bernardino. If you like it toasty, you can go to Palm Springs, 101 there later this afternoon. All right, I'll show you the rest of the forecast when I come back. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. So ready or not, June 2nd, Election Day is fast approaching and early voting has already begun.
And even with ballots already being cast, many voters say they're still undecided on some of the election's biggest races, which is why debates like the one we had last night are really important. And Brooke is here to break down some of the biggest takeaways.
Some of them were spicy, right? Some of the answers and the exchanges. What stood out to you?
Yeah, well, look, let's talk about right off the top. So the question for many people is who won the debate? The LA Times headline is 2 winners, 1 loser. And that seems to be the consensus for many people that I saw online. Look, the 3 people here, they tussled last night. A big topic was homelessness. The mayor touted her Inside Safe program and a decrease in homelessness. Council member Nithya Raman promised to clear half the encampments by the Olympics. Then Spencer Pratt jumped in.
I like to say inside safe makes all of us outside unsafe. The reality is no matter how many beds you give these people, they are on super meth. They are on fentanyl. The DEA statistic says 93% of this is a drug addiction problem. Nithya, Councilwoman Robbins' plan for treatment first, I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck.
I want to just say to everybody who's watching today, you're going to watch today as Mayor Bass and Spencer Pratt attack me because they want to run against each other in the general election. Each of them thinks that running against each other is what's going to help them win. And they don't want to run against me because my ideas, which are based on real results in my district, which are based on real data, a real analysis of the system, and a focus on accountability and using every dollar as effectively as possible.
Yeah, you know, you can imagine Spencer Pratt was just jumping to respond to that, and he kind of looked at Mayor Bass and was like, I'm absolutely not working with her. He said he blames Mayor Bass for burning his house down, and it was interesting. That was the first and only time you could hear the audience like burst out laughing at the idea. If you know anything about, you know, how he's been talking about Mayor Bass, the idea that he was working alongside her was comical, at least to the audience. And then he said that if he had to choose who he could run alongside, that it wouldn't be a mayor who has 4 years of experience. It would be, he called her a nobody city council member, which was rough. And, you know, she had a lot to say about that even after the debate.
Yeah, he said, didn't he say, why would I choose to run against someone who has all the union support?
It's like, also what he talked about that with Mayor Bass.
Yeah.
And she didn't say anything. She was kind of like, yes.
She was like,
lay it on me. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is why I'm great. Yeah.
I think this is the first time everyone saw them on a stage together, right? You didn't know what to expect.
You did not know what to expect.
Tenor, right, the rhetoric. And so it was interesting to see the dynamics. I don't think people thought it was going to get that spicy, but it was.
Yeah. I didn't know what to expect. I think Mayor Bass was just as I expected, but there were some surprises, I think, with Spencer Pratt and also with the council member.
And there was some name calling, right? And a reprimand.
There was a little bit. Spencer Pratt called the mayor a liar, and he got reprimanded for that. And that was kind of like pretty close off the top of things. I think they just wanted to set the tone. Like, they don't want to get into all of that, you know.
I think the challenge as a viewer is when the moderator asks asks questions. This is in general what I've noticed. And it's a yes or no question. All of the candidates, for the most part, struggle with this yes or no.
That was super interesting. Spencer, I will give him credit for kind of staying on that. Not all the time, but more. There were a lot of, he would just be like, absolutely not. But there were moments where they had to say, we'll take that as a this. We'll take that as a this. And then there were other instances where, you know, they wanted to respond. You know, one, the topic of non-citizens being able to vote. Mayor Bass wanted, her answer was, it depends. She says it wasn't a yes or a no. The council member, it depends. It wasn't a yes or no. They were pointing to people who were not undocumented, but were also not citizens. And so they felt like there needed to be nuance.
Like an explanation.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes.
And one of the big issues was encampments in front of schools, right? That elicited an interesting response from all the candidates.
It did, because this was an ordinance that the council member had gotten a lot of pushback for before, right? And this was an ordinance that had come up, and so they kind of asked, okay, where we stand now after all of the debate and talk about that, would you support that ordinance now? The mayor says yes, Spencer Pratt says yes. The council member still said no, and again, she didn't want it to be yes or no. She wanted to point out that she felt like the ordinance as it was written had some issues.
It's still surprising to hear that just on its face value, right?
I think you wanted to hear more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, don't forget, you can get to know some of the candidates better by watching our in-depth one-on-one sit-down interviews. Visit the Locksbox local app for candidate profiles and a voter guide to ensure you are prepared when you walk into the voting booth or when you sit down at your couch, you know, and lay it all out there, because some of us vote from home. We've got also some key dates and deadlines for you. Lots of helpful information, really.
All right.
Good
Great stuff. Thank you, Brooke.
Nice to chat with you all.
You too. Okay, so new this morning, tensions between the Trump administration and UCLA are ramping up.
The Department of Justice finding that UCLA School of Medicine illegally considered race in its admissions process, allegedly discriminating against white and Asian American students. The DOJ claiming it instead favored Black and Hispanic applicants, some of whom the agency says were less academically qualified. The findings come after the administration sued UCLA in February, arguing that university officials failed to protect Jewish students from anti-Semitic harassment during on-campus pro-Palestinian protests. UCLA responded to the findings and said its admission process is, quote, based on merit, and that it is committed to complying with state and federal standards.
Also new this morning, Pope Leo XIV met with Secretary of State Marco Rubio at the Vatican. The meeting today was seen by many as a high-stakes mission to basically mend the growing rift between the White House and the Vatican. President Trump has publicly criticized the American-born pontiff on his views on Iran, though the pontiff has pointed to biblical teachings and said he's not a political rival of the president. Pope Leo and the secretary met privately for more than 2 hours. The State Department described the talks as a push for peace in the Middle East.
Pope Leo, he's just like us. Not just because he's American, but because he even has trouble dealing with customer service. Pope Leo called his bank in Chicago to change his phone number and address since he lives at the Vatican now. And according to reports, the representative made him answer all his security questions, but then told him he had to come to the bank in person. Imagine the Pope calling you and you had to tell him that. So when the pontiff told him, would it matter if I told you I'm Pope Leo? The customer service rep hung up on him. The Vatican and fellow priests got involved, and the bank eventually made an exception for Pope Leo and updated his information.
He truly works miracles, because he got through and spoke to a real human being. So right there, I'm impressed to begin
with. I wonder if he was put on hold for hours and hours before getting to that human.
Well, it worked out. Apparently, someone did intervene, and he was able to make it work.
I'm surprised he doesn't have people for that.
Yeah,
or
he just did it himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, we're talking fried food, furry friends, tons of fun. You know what we're talking about, I think.
That time of year, the LA County Fair, and Coco McAvoy live in Pomona with the latest. Hi there.
Hey there, the LA County Fair literally has something for everyone. I am here with Sierra now with Extreme Dogs, and these dogs are so cute. They're so talented. Tell us about Extreme Dogs.
So these dogs are as talented as they are cute. They perform various of different things, from agility to tricks like jump roping, walking on their front legs, or doing timed things, high jump, long jump. They do all sorts of incredible feats.
That's amazing. First time at the LA County Fair to see Extreme Dogs, but you travel all all the time with the show.
We do, yes. We were just in Texas. We travel all over Canada as well. And so these dogs are very multicultural. A lot of them are rescues. Over half are rescues. Some are rescued from the U.S., some are rescued from Canada. And they work with their trainers all the time to put on incredible shows.
And tell us about the dogs we're seeing. This is Edwidge, right?
Yes, this is Edwidge. He is a Border Collie mix, and he is a very talented agility dog and so beautiful. And currently backing up between the legs, doing some fancy footwork. Oh, look at that, standing on the feet. It's so cute. And then we also have Rio over here. Rio is a cattle dog mix, and Rio is a incredible Frisbee champion, does a lot of freestyle Frisbee with Emily.
Ooh, oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you, Sierra. We're going to keep watching this. I also have to introduce you to Walter, who is the president and CEO of the Fairplex. This is really incredible, but the Fair...
I think for everyone, just as you said, not only we have a great show here, we've got a pirate lagoon, we got a roller skating ring, silent disco, all part of your paid admission here at Fairplex.
Yes, and talk about the new things people are going to experience.
Well, we've got new rides, we've got new food, so there's just always that aspect of it. Deep fried mangoes, all kinds of interesting things. But the dog show here that we're witnessing, this is their first time here. We're excited to present this to LA County.
Yes, and okay, so we saw some of the rides earlier too. Dairy Farm, that's new this year, bringing back the cows, right?
Yes, thankfully, we're able to bring back the cows after a few years. There had been some issues from the health aspect of it, but we're now you're able to see cow milking demonstrations going on.
Yes, and of course, still newer for the LA County Fair to be in May, right?
Yeah, this is our wonderful. You're not getting out on 110 degrees, 80, 85, 90, and you're having a great time with your friends and family.
I love that. Thank you so much, Walter. These dogs are incredible. What a cool aspect to have now for the LA County Fair. And, Sierra, I got to ask you, what's the reaction when people see this show?
Oh, it is amazing. What I love is kids as young as 2 and adults as young as 95 are all so excited to see these dogs, because who doesn't love cute and also talented dogs? People cheer. We also sometimes split the group into teams, so we'll have like this half versus this half, so they can cheer for their own dog and have some of that little bit of competition. So a lot of fun elements for the whole family.
I love that. Thank you so much, and so cool. LA County Fair opens today. It's going to be running Thursdays through Sundays, 11 to 11, including Memorial Day, by the way. So make sure to come and check this out. It's going to end May 31st. I'll send it back to you.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Coco. So excitement growing around a huge new surf park. It will open soon in the middle of the desert in the Coachella Valley. The Desert Surf Park Resort in Palm Desert will open its more than 5-acre surf lagoon sometime this summer, but an exact date hasn't yet been announced. The lagoon will generate up to 1,000 waves an hour, and it will create high-performance ocean-like waves of different sizes to accommodate different skill levels. The plans also calls for nearly 140-room luxury hotel with private villas and so much more. Well, that's fun.
I know.
Right?
I want to check it out. I don't even surf. All right, excited to spend more time outside this summer. If you missed out on the viral Trader Joe's mini tote craze, here's your second chance to get one. The company is releasing new mini insulated tote bags on May 20th. Take a look right there. They're expected to come in 6 colors, including pink, blue, and lavender. The bags will sell for $3.99 while supplies last, receiving praise from the public on keeping costs low. But with low prices comes high demand. Some stores may have limits on how many bags you'll be able to purchase at one time. So
Here
get
we
ready
go.
for those
Here
lines.
we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
All right, as families spend more time outdoors, they should have some bug spray handy.
Yeah, with mosquito season kicking off across the U.S., a new study shows which cities are seeing the biggest buzz when it comes to activity. So here we go. For the 6th year in a row, Orkin ranks Los Angeles as the worst city for the pests. Chicago and New York take the 2 and 3 spots, followed by Atlanta and Detroit. Overall, researchers say that California remains a stronghold for mosquito activity. Also making the top 50 pest-infested cities are San Francisco, Sacramento, San Diego, and Fresno. To reduce mosquito activity, experts recommend using insect repellent, installing window screenings, and dumping out any standing water, which act, of course, as breeding ground.
FIFA President Gianni Infantino is defending high ticket prices for this summer's World Cup. He addressed criticism over what's called dynamic pricing for matches.
In the U.S., it is permitted to resell tickets as well. So if you were to sell tickets at the price which is too low, these tickets would be resold at a much higher price.
Some tickets for the World Cup final are being resold at more than $2 million. But the FIFA president laughed off that estimate, saying he will personally deliver a hot dog to anyone who actually pays that price. His response to fans' genuine frustration over ticket prices is sparking public backlash. FIFA doesn't control the asking prices on its resale platform, but it takes a 15% purchase fee from the buyer of each ticket and a 15% resale fee from the seller. So yes, it's common complaint how expensive these tickets are, and we'll see if those stadiums sell out, but they might.
So how much are you willing to pay?
How much? Well, $0 right now. I don't have a ticket.
But how high would you go? Like, what would be acceptable?
I don't know. I have to, it depends on the game. It depends on the seat.
Well, also, it's not just you. You would be going with the family.
Right, exactly.
So it adds up, doesn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why I don't have a ticket. So I spent $0. All right, coming up, Mother's Day is this weekend, and we're touching on a sensitive topic here. It surrounds the holiday and how to navigate loss.
Yeah, our next guest has actually written 4 books on grief and has an important message for those who are struggling during this time of year. That's next.
And welcome back to you. We are looking at a live picture right now. This is our camera view sponsored by Ontario International Airport. I love when we get to see a plane actually come up. Oh, it just froze. Of course, right? Just froze right there. But we have some great weather outside right now. We've got a lot of sunshine. If you're headed to Ontario International, maybe you're going to Denver, 69 degrees with some shower chances there and some snow up at the high elevations. Houston, 77. We've got some partly sunny skies in Atlanta, 73. 16 Chicago, New York, JFK today, 63 with some dry conditions. Here home, we've got an area of high pressure now, and this is going to really stay in control of our weather over the next several days into the holiday weekend coming up. We've got Mother's Day, and we are anticipating some very hot temperatures. So you want to plan for that as you plan for the mom in your life. We've got some nice conditions today on the sand, 66 to 71. Surf heights 2 to 4 feet, Ventura County, LA beaches a little smaller in Orange County, San Diego 1 to 3. Here's our 7-day forecast as we kind of time it out for you. 71 today, not much change at the beach. We've got that sea breeze, so that's going to keep things in the low 70s through the extended outlook. But downtown LA, you'll notice a difference. Even today, 80 degrees, getting up to the mid-upper 80s for Sunday into Monday. We could be getting some of those heat advisories issued by the National Weather Service as we look ahead to some 90s here for the valleys and the Inland Empire by Sunday, Monday. 86 though today. Very comfortable. Warm, but a little more comfortable, right? 70 degrees up into the mountains like Big Bear. Up at the lakes, going to be gorgeous. 78 on Sunday for Mother's Day. Even warmer though on Monday with that 81. The high desert 89, mostly sunny skies. Mid to upper 90s though by Sunday into Monday. And out towards the Coachella Valley is definitely going to be toasty. Triple digits today. 101 degrees, then 105 on Sunday. Look at Monday with that 108. We're going to stay in the triple digits through the better part of next week. All right, this is my weather for now. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. You know, for many, Mother's Day is a joyful time, of course, to enjoy the family matriarch and to treat them to a special day.
But for too many others, the day brings sadness because their moms are no longer with them. Hope Edelman is a grief specialist and the author of Motherless Daughters. Her mom died when she was 17 years old, and she now helps others maneuver the tricky waters surrounding grief.
She has a live virtual event this Saturday called Forever Our Moms, and Hope is with us now to talk about it all. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
You know, we were talking about this. We forget sometimes that we're focused on celebrating, which we should, of course. Mother's Day. Don't forget to get your mom something special. We go around saying Happy Mother's Day, but many people have very different kinds of experiences.
That's right. There's a substantial number of people whose moms are no longer living. And they often feel that there's no place for them on that day, a day that celebrates mothers who are here with us and who we can have brunch with or give cards to.
And that grief is felt for so many years after. It doesn't have to be a recent loss, right? So how do we address it on a day like Mother's Day?
Right. Well, my mom died in 1981. That was 45 years ago. And I still think about her every Mother's Day. How can I not? She was my mom. And so there are many ways that you can honor a mother who's no longer living on Mother's Day. It can be as simple as taking a photo of her and putting it in a high traffic area of your house so you can see her and say hi to her when you walk by. I know people who buy cards for mothers no longer living and write to her every year and tell her what's been going on in their lives. But you can tell stories about her to people who never met her. That's a wonderful way to keep her memory alive.
Like if you have children, right? You keep the memory of the grandmother they never met.
Exactly.
And they can refer to her still as if she is alive.
Nieces, nephews, maybe you have a partner or a spouse who never got to meet her. Celebrate with your siblings. She's still the mom for all of you if you have siblings.
I mean, everyone has a mom, obviously, right? But it's not always a great relationship. Sometimes it could be a complicated relationship. Sometimes it could be estranged, or sometimes you feel loss. And also women who are trying to be a mother. So the holiday is very complicated and complex for so many people. So even though it's a celebratory time, a lot of women are feeling certain ways. So how can people address all of that and honor all of those complicated issues, whether you are in an estranged relationship with a mother or you have a complicated relationship with your mom?
And let's acknowledge also there are mothers who lost a child, and maybe they feel this day is no longer for them as well. I think it's important to name and acknowledge the feelings rather than trying to stuff them or push them aside. I think it's important to give yourself permission to feel whatever you feel, and if that means that you want to do absolutely nothing on that day, that's okay. And also to remember sometimes the anticipation of that day is more emotional than the actuality of it. it's good to have a plan for yourself. This is what I think I'm going to do that day. Maybe my plan is to do nothing, but maybe I'll wake up that morning and I'll feel differently, and I'll give myself the grace to change my mind. Any of those things can be really helpful to someone who's feeling like there's no place for them on that day.
On a much bigger topic in relation to all this, we think about just grief in general and how it makes people uncomfortable to talk about it, to be around it, to know what to say to someone who's recently experiencing that. How do we navigate all of that?
Well, I think we're becoming a more grief-literate society, fortunately. We've seen a lot more conversation around death, dying, bereavement since COVID. But I think, you know, if you know someone who's missing a person who's no longer living on Mother's Day or on Father's Day, which is also coming up, the simplest thing you can say is, tell me a story about your person. Tell me something. What was your mother's name? What did your father like to do at this time of year? People want to talk about their loved ones who've died. It's not like they're not thinking about their mother on Mother's Day, so you shouldn't bring it up.
Right, if I don't mention it, they'll forget.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, we're all thinking about it. And it's really nice to have someone say, hey, I imagine that maybe you're having some feelings on this day. Do you want to talk about it? Or just tell me something about your mom. Something that maybe she would have liked me to know about her.
It sounds simple, but I think it's very effective.
Yes, it can be.
Yeah, and make it more normal, right? Normalize talking about grief. And I know it comes in waves sometimes, so a person can feel like they're totally normal, you know, on the outside, but then all of a sudden they feel a certain way. All right, but tell us about your books and also about Forever Our Moms.
Well, I have my first book, Motherless Daughters, which has been out. It's now in its 3rd edition. I have a book called The After Grief, which is about how grief is a lifelong process. I mean, many of us were told that grief moves forward and we reach a stage of acceptance, but in fact it's cyclical. Like you said, it comes back around, and it can do that even decades later. This Saturday there's an event, Forever Our Moms, online. It's free, anyone can join. Hundreds of women from all over the world will be honoring mothers who are no longer living, and there's also a free 3-part video series that I prepared with David Kessler, grief expert, that anyone can sign up for and get right away.
So you just register for this event and you're able to join on Saturday?
Yes, anyone just registered.
HopeEdelman.com for more information. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
And happy Mother's Day.
Topic. Yes.
Thank you.
You too.
You too. Welcome to 10 a.m. We begin with some developing news in Santa Monica. Police say a man who's possibly having a mental health episode may have abducted his 7-year-old son.
Mario Ramirez live with more on how you can help and any updates in this. Mario?
Hi, Roxy and Sandra. That child's now been missing for nearly 40 hours, and police believe he may be in danger. Last seen with his father near this intersection at Arizona and Berkeley in this Santa Monica neighborhood. And take a good look, because police are asking for the public's help here. They've released this bulletin identifying the child as King Darius Lozada and his father as 55-year-old Darius Clay Jackson, listed as a suspect. Investigators say the two were last seen here Tuesday evening around 6:50, seen near the intersection, traveling northbound through a rear alley in this neighborhood. Investigators say the father may be experiencing a mental health crisis, and because of that, they believe the child may be in danger here. And we've been talking to residents in the area who are now keeping an eye out for that 7-year-old who's been missing since Tuesday.
It's terrible, and to say a child is missing, that's really scary. So of course, we'll be on the lookout.
I think it's crazy, at least in this area especially. You know, it's pretty safe overall. I don't recognize either of them. Don't look like anyone I've seen walk around the streets. I tend to walk around, and I think I'd recognize the kid if I'd seen him.
Police describe 7-year-old King as 4 feet tall, about 85 pounds. He was last seen wearing a dark blue sweatshirt and light blue sweatpants. And his father, about 6'3", 210 pounds, wearing a black hoodie, black sweats, and white shoes. Now, officers continue to search the area. They're asking anyone who sees either of them, spots them here in the area, to call 911 immediately. And we should mention that police say the child and his father may be on foot or a black electric scooter. And we've already had several neighbors here come up to us directly and ask, have they found him yet? And the answer is no, but they're still looking and asking for the public's help. For now, we'll send it back to you, Sandra and Roxia.
What about the child's mother? Do we know, have we heard from her? Where is she in all of this? And where were father and son? Were they just out and about together and they never went back home? Or did he approach the child and take him?
Yeah, a lot of those details still not being released by Santa Monica Police, but we've been asking those questions. We can tell you that we've been showing those pictures here to neighbors in the area, one who believes the child lives just down the street here. We've been looking for any word from any other family members, but haven't heard just yet. We should also mention that, again, they were either on foot or on that electric scooter, so that's something that neighbors here are looking out for, also checking surveillance cameras to see if they may have spotted something during that time frame.
And why wasn't there an Amber Alert issued revolving this case?
Yeah, that's another good question, because we know when these Amber Alerts are issued by the California Highway Patrol, they go out statewide. And as far as we know, this search so far has been contained within Santa Monica. And oftentimes those Amber Alerts are issued when they know the suspect is in a vehicle trying to flee the area, going over different jurisdictions and cities. So he's believed to still be in the area as of right now, but that could, of course, change.
All right, Mario, more to come on that. Thank you. On to this now. All but one lane of the northbound 110 freeway in Wilmington is open this morning. LA City fire officials saying one northbound lane does remain closed while crews continue to clean trash and debris from a tunnel fire that started Monday evening. The fire briefly closed both sides of the Harbor Freeway Tuesday. The northbound lanes remain closed until firefighters eventually declare the fire was out yesterday afternoon. A Caltrans highway engineer then inspected the tunnel and deemed it safe to reopen the northbound lanes. The fire was believed to have been started by people living in a homeless encampment in that tunnel.
Nearly 20 people are behind bars this morning after federal agents launched a massive drug raid in several locations, including MacArthur Park.
This was a big raid. Rachel Aragon is live in Westlake with more on what the feds are saying they found. Rachel.
Hey, Sandra, Roxy, good morning. A very different scene out here at MacArthur Park than yesterday afternoon when we saw dozens and dozens of law enforcement officers cracking down on that raid, of course, to get rid of the drug activity and gang activity. Take a look at that video from yesterday afternoon. You're seeing not just federal agents, but also those armored vehicles rolling into MacArthur Park, and also federal officials telling me the focus yesterday was also on businesses in this area. Several agents with guns even we saw using chainsaws to cut into locked storefronts. fronts. The feds said they collected dozens of bags of evidence. So what exactly did they find? A closer look, they said they found as part of the investigation, they reported finding approximately 40 pounds of fentanyl in one home alone. Over a nearly 6-week period, they said, beginning in March, investigators tracked 27 separate drug deals for fentanyl and methamphetamine in and around the park. All in all, more than $10 million worth of highly dangerous drugs were seized. Well, here are U.S. officials talking yesterday about how their work is far from over.
We'll come back as many times as we need to. This is not a one and done, but we're hoping this will send a strong message, whether it's 18th Street Gang or MS-13 who thinks they control the south part, or to the drug dealers. Those days are over. We've got over 300 agents here. We're not going anywhere, and we got bigger guns than they do.
Well, some nearby longtime businesses are responding to the raid following the joint federal and local law enforcement operation yesterday. Langer's Deli owner is calling on the mayor and mayoral candidates to commit to canceling the city's contract for an ongoing needle giveaway program operating in and around MacArthur Park. Well, back here live at MacArthur Park, you know Langer's Deli not too far from here. At 11 o'clock this morning, we're expected to hear from the owner himself, Norman Langer, about this whole exchange program that he wants to see end. And as you guys know, for the last few years now, he's been pretty vocal about the crime and homelessness issue plaguing this area, and it's even at times that he was considering closing, so it'll be very interesting to see what he has to say this morning. Pretty live from MacArthur Park, I'm Rachel Aragon. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Rachel, keep us updated there. Thank you. With the June 2nd primary fast approaching, candidates are stepping up their campaigns.
At a mayoral debate on Wednesday, LA Mayor Karen Bass went head-to-head with challenger council member Nithya Raman and reality TV star Spencer Pratt. Pratt criticized Raman's approach to the city's homelessness crisis.
Inside safe, I like to say inside safe makes all of us outside unsafe. The reality is no matter how many beds you give these people, they are on super meth. They are on fentanyl. The DEA statistic says 93% of this is a drug addiction problem. Nithya, Councilwoman Robbins' plan for treatment first, I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck.
After the mayoral debate, the 7 candidates hope to succeed Governor Gavin Newsom held their own debate. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco tangled with former California Congresswoman Katie Porter.
Yeah, I mean, I think we ought to enforce the existing sanctuary laws everywhere so we don't have crazy cowboys taking the law into their own hands.
Tell that to a crazy mother who lost her child.
Sir, I don't need any lectures from you about being a mother.
Of course, you might.
Okay.
A
few minutes left.
The debate was hosted by NBC and Telemundo.
And next Wednesday, Fox 11 will host a mayoral forum live from our studios. It comes at a critical juncture in the race with the June 2nd primary just weeks away. The debate will be moderated by Marla Tejas and Bob DeCastro. That's from 6 to 7:30. Then from 7:30 to 8, we'll carry post-show analysis, including candidates' reactions. It's all next Wednesday on Fox 11.
Shocking video out of Maui apparently shows a blatant act of cruelty against one of Hawaii's most endangered species.
What are you doing? Why would you throw a rock at it?
Witnesses say a man repeatedly approached a monk seal before picking up a large rock and hurling it directly at the animal. As you see, the rock was described as being about the size of a coconut. It splashed down right in the front of the seal, causing it to scramble away. Monk seals are protected by state and federal law, which fines can reach up to $50,000 and even jail time. But the woman who shot the video says the rock thrower just didn't seem to care.
I was like, you can't do that. And that's when he had told me, like, oh no, I don't care what I'm rich. Find me with whatever you want. I can pay for it. I come here every month. Like, he just said all kinds of stuff like that. And I was like, you don't even care about the monk seal right now.
Local authorities say the rock thrower is not in custody, but they say the investigation continues.
On a brighter note, though, the birth of a baby monk seal in Honolulu was met with a coordinated safety response from some very caring people. So this is the new pup resting with its 15-year-old mother named Kauai. The pup was born around sunset last Sunday in Kaimana Beach. Officials installed fencing along the shoreline to give Kaiwi and her pup some space. The public is being urged to stay away from them. The pair is expected to stay at the beach for the next several weeks until mom is nursing the new pup in safety. And wildlife officials are very familiar with Kaiwi. She's no stranger to the beach there and has given birth there 7 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is her 4th pup born.
It's really cute.
At Kaimana Beach.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, I think I've seen the mom there at Kaimana Beach. That's where I like to stay when I go home to Hawaii. By the way, Sandra, you know, I don't like to correct you because you're never wrong, but that's Kaiwi, yes.
Oh, Kaiwi.
Yes, yeah,
Oh.
we do the W,
W
as
is
a
the V.
Yes,
Okay,
in Hawaii, except for in Hawaii.
Japanese, it'll be Kaiwa.
Oh, I thought you were going to say kawaii at first. I was like, which is cute, right? In Japanese.
Kawaii.
Anyway, thank God for that second video. Thank you for showing me that because I was getting so infuriated by that haole guy, the tourist. That's the kind of haole that I don't like. And he should not go back to visit Hawaii again. That is horrible. That jerk, he's gonna get caught if he goes every month. He's gonna get busted. Okay, I'm digressing into my pidgin English because I care so much about my Hawaii kamaina.
Your ohana.
Like kaiwi. Yeah, my ohana, exactly. My kai. Very good, Sandra. All right, the monk seals are beautiful animals, and we have our own version of that here, too, in Southern California, so you really have to take care. We've got an area of high pressure. If you're headed to the beach today, temperature is actually going to be very comfortable at the coast. We've got a little bit of a sea breeze, but if you go inland, you're going to feel the heat today, certainly as you get into tomorrow and the upcoming weekend. High pressure is really going to be strong, and that's going to help produce a slight offshore flow, and that is what's going to help warm up the atmosphere into the 70s along the coast. That's where it's going to be comfy, but 80s and 90s inland and even triple digits. So we're talking about 10, 15, even 20 degrees above normal as we get to Mother's Day on Sunday and Monday. Right now, we're looking at 68 in Burbank, 73 in Woodland Hills, not too bad, 68 in Ontario to that 84 in Palm Springs. High temperatures in Palm Springs, look at that. Triple digits, 101, 89 in the high desert, eventually 70 up into Big Bear in the mountains. Downtown LA, 80 degrees to 86 in the valleys and in the low 70s at the coast. I will show you the rest of the forecast and that 7-day coming up in just a few moments. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, let's talk about traffic. Can we do that? Traffic conditions? No? Okay, that's after that tease. Go ahead, Araxia.
All right, thank you, Maria. Coming up, a classic attraction at Disney is about to get a major makeover.
And we'll check in with Coco having some big time fun at the opening day of the LA County Fair.
Good morning. That's right. Opening day of the LA County Fair. And what's an LA County Fair without Chicken Charlie's? We're talking about all the delicious, unique items. We'll take you here live coming up.
Okay, now we can talk about traffic. Good Day LA traffic brought to you by My Home Sold. Okay, I'm going to cough. Let's go over to the green screen. We're going to zoom in. Okay, earlier I talked about this traffic accident on the 91 westbound. That one by the 71 actually cleared out, but then a second one happened again. So now we've got 2 accidents on the 91. This one before Maine, and that's causing a backup. But we're going to go to one of our live traffic cameras. Here it is. Right at Surface Club. So this is right before Auto Center Drive, and it's moving. That's the good news. So things are looking better, but a little slower than, of course, the eastbound side. Here's the drive times in and out of downtown LA. Westbound 10 between the 5 to the 4-5, 29 minutes. On that north 110 between the 4-5 to the 10, 19 minutes. And on that west 60 between the 57 to the 5, 32 minutes there. All right, here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
Hello, I'm Adrian Hernandez with MyHomeSold.com, and we want to buy your house cash. We save you money with no commissions, no fees, no repairs, for free, no obligation, as is cash offer. Go to MyHomeSold.com.
Welcome back. Have you ever had a UFO sighting?
Nope.
Turns out Angelinos see them a lot.
According to Samada, yeah.
The National UFO Reporting Center ranks LA 5th in the U.S. for the most sightings in the nation. LA residents have reported 211 encounters since 2015, with November being the most active month. But if you want better odds on spotting a UFO, you may want to go to Phoenix. It ranked at the top of the list, followed by New York City, Las Vegas, and Portland.
Interesting mix.
How do you know it's a UFO, not a star? What, you know, what
Ask Samada.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I guess you got to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time.
That's the problem.
If it works with your narrative.
Right.
Big changes coming to one of Disneyland's oldest attractions. The smell of exhaust fumes will finally be cleared out of Tomorrowland. We're talking about Autotopia. So your son loves this ride? Mm-hmm. It's been a while since I've been on this, but yeah, reports are saying Disneyland officials have reached an agreement with the state regulators to retire those iconic gas-powered engines by early 2027. The park is reporting testing a full electric prototype to replace the current fleet.
Yeah.
Major shift for the opening day classic, which has been burning gas since 1955.
Wow.
Yeah, Disneyland originally announced plans in 2024 to convert from gas to electric by fall of 2026. No word yet on when the ride will close for the overhaul.
Okay, so it's still open, but doesn't go very fast. All right, something fun for Harry Potter fans is coming to the Inland Empire.
Harry Potter, a Hogwarts Express adventure.
The Southern California Railway Museum in Paris is officially launching a Hogwarts Express adventure this July. It's described as a 2-hour immersive experience on a real moving train, complete with live illusions and a run-in with a dark and mysterious force. The magic runs from July 24th through September 27th. Tickets are on sale now and start at just more than $82 for adults and $72 for kids. You can check out all the details at SoCalRailway.org.
All right, something fun.
Yeah.
It is that time of year, the LA County Fair.
Coco McAvoy live in Pomona with, hi there.
Oh, we know this guy.
Yes.
Hey there, it is day one for the LA County Fair. I am here with the one and only Charlie of Chicken Charlie's. I'm telling you, people come to the fair just for Chicken Charlie's because it's that good. So Charlie, you got to tell us all about this display we see.
Yes, I'm so honored that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Every year I try to come up with something new. And so this year it's, you ready? Fried mango nata. Fresh mangoes sliced, dipped in our pancake batter, and deep fried, topped with tahini and chamoy, lemon. Yeah, so you know it's a cold, delicious drink, and I just decided to turn it into this.
Why not?
Why not? And I also have the chicken shawarma cone. It's a tahini sauce, homemade, house-made, pickled turnips and cucumbers with the shawarma chicken over fries in a cone. This is amazing. It's delicious. I can't wait for LA to come try this.
Oh, they're going to love it.
We're bringing back a bunch of big hitters from the past. So here I have on display the bacon wrapped pickles, the frog legs. This is a fair special. It's zucchini curls, deep fried, of course, onion rings, and hand dipped chicken tenders. We got the Kool-Aid in a baby bottle back. Yes. And of course, a whole lot of stuff. I mean, not just at my place, the fair. There's so much food.
Oh yeah, beyond.
From cinnamon rolls to deep fried Oreos. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
And you're celebrating 30 years, right?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
It's right here. It's kebabs. You can get a chicken kebab, fries, fried Oreos, and a drink for $30. I think it's a great deal.
No, that's a fantastic deal.
Yeah, yeah. And there's also other deals. There's a value meal that is chicken legs, drumsticks, French fries, and a large drink for $9.05. $9. Yeah. I'm really happy. I mean, today is $12 to get in.
Yeah.
Today is a great day to come to the fair from 11 to 11, $12. You can get your Kool-Aid and your frog legs. Nowhere else can you get this. Right? Only here at the LA County Fair.
And Charlie, tell us about what you love about being part of this. I mean, you're a staple.
I'm so honored. I love to cook. I learned how to cook from my mom. And when you're a cook, one of the things you love is people's faces, their reactions, their smiles, and their flavor profile. So I love seeing people come and seeing our signs, ordering the food, trying it out, loving it. And you get to have that special thing that you don't get to have all year, like, bacon wrapped pickles.
Yes.
I mean, where are you going to get a bacon wrapped pickle, the LA Fair, or a fried Kool-Aid, or some of the other crazy concoctions, the Krispy Kreme chicken sandwich. I love the fair for that. I think it's so cool to bring the family out, try something you're not going to eat anywhere else. It's just one day.
And the Oreos are really, really popular for you, right?
The Oreos are real special in my heart because I invented them years and years ago, almost 3 decades ago. They're not only our best seller, the one we sell the most, but it's also my favorite.
Yes. Okay. And tell people how they can find you outside of the fair, because you've got a restaurant too, right?
I do have a restaurant in San Diego. It's called Chicken Charlie's Table. So if you're visiting San Diego, LA, please come and try our food at the restaurant. But right now we have the LA County Fair today opening at 11 o'clock, and we've got fried mango nata. It's going to be so exciting. I can't wait to see people's reactions to this.
Yes, it's good. They're going to have a great reaction. Charlie, thank you so much for talking to us. Always a pleasure.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us. I mean, look at this spread. I cannot believe the things that Charlie comes up with. It's so imaginative and creative, but it tastes good too. And that's why he's always got a long line and everyone wants to come and try it at the LA County Fair. Opening today. Today is day 1, a great day to come. It's going to be open Thursdays through Sundays from 11 to 11, even on Memorial Day. So make sure to come and enjoy this. It's going to end on May 31st. And again, we're talking great food, also great rides, prizes, animals as well. Anything you can imagine, it's here. I'll send it back to you.
Coco, why don't you try that pickle drink? There's a sign right there next to you for the pickle drink. It's Dr. Pepper.
You know what's so funny? I think you guys know this. You know I'm like super anti-pickles. I do not drink pickles. Carlos will.
Okay.
You won't do it either.
Do it.
Try it.
Carlos already put his order in for the Oreo. So.
Okay, Coco, pickle drink or frog legs? Which one? You got to choose one.
Oh.
There's your Oreos.
Oh, can I choose Oreo? Can I choose that instead?
Or safe. You play it safe, Coco.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Enjoy.
Oh my God,
pickle drink.
I would try it.
Pepper pickle?
Sure.
Dr. Pepper pickle.
I would choose that over the frog legs.
Oh, it tastes like chicken.
That's what everyone says about everything.
Really
it tastes like.
Welcome back. All right, LA tops the list. No city wants to be on.
Yeah, so here we go for the 6th year in a row. We've been named the mosquito capital of America. Wow. Yeah, according to Orkin's 2026 rankings, we have officially stolen the crown from Atlanta, which held the title a decade ago. We did beat out Chicago and New York yet again. Detroit and Atlanta rounded out the top 5. Experts say shifting climates are bringing more yellow fever mosquitoes to the West Coast, making prevention even more important. So to stay safe, they say use repellent on your skin, install screens, trim the hedges, and dump outstanding water.
I don't know. There's a lot of big mosquitoes in Texas.
Yeah, in the South.
In the South.
Louisiana, even Washington, D.C.
They devour me.
It's humid.
The mid-Atlantic and the humidity. I'm kind of surprised by that study. I'm not going to agree with it. We do have our share, that's for sure, but not as much. Anyway, I can guess. It's so funny. All right, these are the headlines, you guys. We've got a big warm-up as we head into the Mother's Day weekend. The heat's going to peak on Sunday and Monday, but that's when we'll be getting those 70s along the coast, but plenty of 80s and 90s and even triple digits. No rain chances through early next week. So if you've been looking for more rain, not going to get it. But we're doing pretty well so far as the season and how much rain we have gotten. Maybe you want to go play pickleball this morning. Temperatures are in the low 60s now, but by midday around 72. This afternoon 70. This is in Encino. Kind of nice out there today. It'll get warmer though as we get into tomorrow. Today 70, rather yesterday was 75. Today we're expecting 80. This is in downtown LA. Oh, by the way, the season total 18.98 inches of rain we have gotten. So we did pretty well, right? The early months of this rainy season. 5.21 inches as our surplus. So we're doing pretty well for the season, even though we're not expecting any rain through at least next week. So just be fire safe. Fire danger always increases a bit when we have a little bit of an offshore flow and dry conditions, and that is what we're expecting going into next week. 66 currently in downtown LA, and as we look at today's high, about 80 degrees. Our sunset time at 7:42 this evening, and these are the highs we're expecting today. Really hot in Palm Springs, 101, 84 in Ontario, 86 in Woodland Hills, to that 82 in Burbank, 75 in Long Beach. I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you so much. Good Day LA, sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. The entertainment portion is. Amanda is off today, but we've got you covered.
That's right. There's a new star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
We proudly welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Josh Groban.
Nice. The singer, yes, was very excited to receive the honor. Groban was born and raised right here in LA. And during his speech, he gave a lot of credit to his experience at the Los Angeles High School for the Arts. Each of Groban's first 4 studio albums went platinum, and he's been nominated for a Grammy 5 times. His first nomination for You Raise Me Up, of course, back in 2005. Groban stars on Hollywood Boulevard near the Pantages Theater.
Los Angeles High School for the Arts. We had them on yesterday. We were talking about how many amazing people have come out of that school.
All the graduates,
all the
so talented.
Yeah. All right, Sandra, it's official. The Sanderson sisters will be back soon.
I put a spell on you, and now you're gone. My honey fell on you, and it was strong. So strong.
Okay, so that was the first, Sandra.
Oh,
Disney's confirming Hocus Pocus 3 is in early development. So what does that mean, Sandra?
There was a 1 and 2,
There was a 1 and 2, that's
How about
right.
that?
So here's what's great. The OG lead cast right there, those 3 lovely women, they'll be back. It comes 4 years after the second movie premiered on Disney+. This time reports are that Disney plans to release the second sequel in theaters. I will say, I did not care for the second. It was just
so
I'm like, why?
Skeptical about the third. Huh?
Why are we doing a third?
Yeah.
Like why?
I haven't even seen the first. But I do appreciate the viewer who sent me a DVD. I have yet to open it. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do you have a DVD player?
No.
Okay, well.
But thank you.
Can someone send her a DVD player?
I will try to watch it one day. All right, but this is really special, and we want to make sure everyone tunes in, because on today's episode of The Jennifer Hudson Show, you will see a very familiar face right here on Fox 11. Amanda Salas will be a special guest on that show, along with her mother and grandmother, a.k.a. Mima, for their special Mother's Day episode. And Amanda will talk with Jennifer about how they helped her heal during her cancer journey. So we can't wait to see this. Thank you to Jennifer Hudson for celebrating survivors and their caretakers. So make sure you tune in today at 1 o'clock right here on Fox 11. So watch us, GDLA Plus, and then Jennifer Hudson.
That's right.
Yeah.
You didn't see Amanda here today, but you can see her on TV shortly. Have you noticed that some social media influencers have millions of followers, but only thousands of likes? What's the disconnect? Well, it's simple, apparently. Fake bots. That's what's going on. Well, now Instagram is wiping millions of followers from tons of accounts, leaving users shocked and surprised. These bot removals are now being dubbed the Great Purge of 2026. According to a report from Threads, the sudden overnight drop in part of Instagram's effort to permanently get rid of accounts flagged for spam, inactivity, or non-organic following behaviors, aka automated bots. Overall, small to mid-sized creators saw a 2 to 5% drop in their total follower account. So that's what's going on if you wake up thinking, what happened? But A-listers like Kylie Jenner are some of the biggest losers. She reportedly lost over 14 million followers.
Wow. That many bots.
Yeah.
Huh?
Meanwhile, K-pop group Blackpink lost 10 million.
Oh, I like Blackpink.
Bot accounts. Yeah.
There are that many bots out there. Wow. In this day and age, you just never know.
You never know what to trust.
What's
so,
real?
You know, just don't take everything so literally.
And be real. Okay, we like realness. And you might be real by disliking comments you see on Instagram. According to pop culture account Popbase, Instagram has implemented a dislike button for comments. Reports suggest the app may quietly be expanding the feature to more users. Meta originally started testing the button last year with a very small number of accounts, and we haven't heard much about it until now. So the thumbs down symbol is expected to appear on the right side of the heart symbol, which all accounts currently see. Allegedly, if enough people dislike a specific comment, Instagram would push it lower down so less people have to see it. Instagram has yet to make an official statement about this and launching the dislike button globally, but we'll see if it appears on your account. You can start thumbs downing comments. I don't know, maybe it makes things more divisive.
Well, sometimes there's a post where it's awkward to like it because it's not a good thing.
Right.
But then you want to acknowledge it. So therefore, I can see how a thumbs down icon would be helpful in that. Because I feel odd liking something that's sad or bad. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
All right, we'll see.
That's what I'm saying. Weight loss surgeries rapidly declining as GLP medications continue to rise. Researchers analyzed data from American College of Surgeons, which tracks procedures and outcomes at all accredited surgery centers, and they found that weight loss surgery procedures dropped more than 20%. So we're talking specifically from the year 2022 to 2024, falling below 200,000 for the first time this decade. Experts believe the cause for the decline is likely correlated to the rise in GLP-1 use.
All right, here's a way to lose weight. How about climb Mount Everest? It's a legendary challenge, but there's currently something blocking the usual path here. So take a look, a massive block of ice that many fear could collapse at any time. It's put the brakes on hundreds of climbers and guides and their dreams. A new trail, though, was dug past below the ice block, located at one of the most difficult areas for those climbers. So good luck. Be careful if you're going. Obviously, you train and plan for this. It's a bucket list item for so many people, but it is very dangerous. All right, a question about travel is our viewer poll today. We've asked, what's your biggest flying pet peeve? So here are the results. Still, 41% say standing after landing. Okay, maybe their legs are tired. They just want to get up. But then you're hunched over.
Right.
Under the bins.
Everyone has that same look. Hunched over, carrying their things.
Right. You're like this.
Yeah. touchy. Yeah, I know. All right, up next, we're talking about a very worthy cause that could use your help. It's called Put Child Hunger to Bed. We'll show you how you can get involved after the break. Breaking news right now, a jury just found the city of Los Angeles not liable in the killing of a 14-year-old girl hit by a police officer's stray bullet during a shootout. It happened inside of a North Hollywood Burlington dressing room back in 2021. Valentina Oriana Peralta was killed when officers